Grand Theft Auto 3 All Missions by UltimaOmega07. So yeah, let's take it to Omega.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Bye.
And so I'm Omega,
I'm Idgod.
I'm HMD.
I'm Englishman.
and this is GTA 3, all missions, hopefully.
Yeah.
So,
All of them.
yeah, okay, so I think we're pretty much ready to go, so let's go in. Oh, the timing starts
Go.
pretty much when I skip the cutscene.
Oh, that's not correct, Omega. The new time.
Old boys, alright.
Old boys. Oh,
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Anti's going to be screaming.
Already
Yeah.
cheated.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Alright, so GTA 3 all missions. The way this category is defined is you have to do all the missions that are...
That add to the counter in the stats.
Yeah, like there is a counter in the stats menu that says missions completed, and you have to do all the missions that add to that. And first thing you see me do is spam the camera, and that's because when you switch to the cinematic camera, that despawns traffic in front of you. So it's extremely useful because traffic in this game is very annoying. Even with this trick, you sometimes just get screwed. And this is another trick where normally in this game you have to be at a full stop when you enter markers, unlike in later GTAs. But if you pause just as you're entering the marker, it sets the your vehicle speed to 0, which means you trigger the markers without slowing down. So I'm going to be using that in quite a few places to save time, a little bit of time, but it adds up. The first couple missions here are pretty standard, so there is a little trick, or not a little trick, a big, like a big
trick.
Yeah, just a little tiny trick that we're gonna be using throughout the run. So maybe MHMD here can explain what it does.
Yeah. So PC version of GTA 3 has a feature called replays. So basically, you can save like the past 20 up to 20 or so seconds of gameplay. But actually, when you save these replays, you can pick up certain items within the replay. So he just made a replay over he saved a replay over what would have been a rampage, but it's not. You can't pick it up because he's currently on a mission. But he's gonna use this for some glitching that'll be explained in a bit.
Yeah, normally replays are only supposed to be, or when you load the replay, it saves like 25 to 30 seconds of gameplay, but you can use the replay glitches to, well, the replay buttons to shorten the replays, so they're really short.
I've never seen anyone change the camera there.
Yeah, you use like the turret controls for the tank to do that.
Yeah, this mission's fairly straightforward, so I'll explain a bigger glitch thing that'll be used pretty heavily throughout the run. So when you start a mission, then you can't typically start other missions, like all the icons disappear, you can't start rampages, for instance, and when you fail a mission, then you can start missions again. That sounds pretty typical, right? But the catch is, if you start 2 missions at the same time, such as a rampage and a normal mission, and then one of them fails, then you can start other missions while on another mission, and you can do a lot of glitching with that. So that's kind of why he made the replay with the rampage, so that he can like use it to start it while on another mission, and then the rampage will fail. And
yeah, it's really convenient because you can do it remotely as well.
Yeah.
So another way he's going to set up a lot of mission duplication is with the submissions, because in this game you can actually hold an instance of, say, like Taxi or something like that, basically wherever you want. So there'll be a lot of opportunities where Omega will like start Taxi and then hold it, or sorry, just hold Taxi, and like hold the button down, and then he'll like go through a mission, and then he can execute Taxi right after that mission. It's like the most convenient place to set up certain missions.
You're gonna see all of that eventually. Like the first bit of the game is pretty straightforward in any category, like up until this point. So now that we're done with this mission, we want to find a cop car specifically. So there are 2 there, but Oh,
That
that's
was
convenient.
That's pretty good, yeah.
But yeah, to finish Omega's sentence, oh my god, two. Those two parked cop cars there have a chance of being locked, like something like 60 and 70% each. So that's why you want to get one on the street.
Yeah. He forgot to put Kyle's USB stick in the back to make sure that they would be unlocked. So luckily he got good RNG then.
Yeah.
So yeah, he started the vigilante side mission and pressed the and loaded the saved replay at the same time, and then he canceled the vigilante. So now he has a rampage running, but he can start a mission while it's going on.
It's essentially all the manipulation of the on mission flag, which is either 0 or 1. 1 if you're on a mission, 0 if you're not. And whenever a mission ends or fails, the game just assumes that you are on 0. And now he has a mission running while being on 0.
Oh.
Well, not anymore now, I guess, but earlier.
Yeah, and this is a little trick where normally when you honk your horn and Misty will just slowly walk to your car, but if you get out the car just before the cutscene starts, she will run. Okay,
Nice, dude.
Unfortunate.
that's 2 stars for you.
Shout out to the GTA stunting crew. You can submit that as your official what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, resume is a good one.
Okay.
The goal was to finish the mission here before the rampage ran out, but
Yeah, that'll be a bit tricky now, actually.
The cop car is also pretty important because he wants to start the next mission while Vigilante is running.
Okay, so gonna have to do this, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. He would usually go and make another replay near the bridge, but he hasn't got time. So it's better to just do this now and then go and make the replay later. Rather than if he wasn't in time for this, he'd have to actually do a mission that he's going to skip right now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to do the glitch right now.
Yeah.
yeah, this way he can start the mission while vigilante is running.
Yeah.
So
And then because the rampage failed, he's gone on mission 0, and then he started MyClip's last lunch. But then, for reasons that we're not going to explain, because everyone always gets really confused, if you start MyClip's last lunch while Vigilante is running, you just instantly pass the mission.
yeah,
So that's the mission done.
Some coding magic.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I'm gonna make the replay that I would have made during the previous mission.
And he uses the submission of the taxi to despawn the marker. So like right now the game thinks he's on a mission, so no rampages are there, and then he can make the replay.
yeah.
And when he enhances it, you would actually see the rampage behind him.
Yeah.
Quite want to pick it up right now. So
Yeah, that's an instance there of why holding submissions are really useful, because in this game, with Vigilante, if you get out of the car, you have like a minute of buffer where you're still on Vigilante, and you have an opportunity to get into another vehicle, or in case you want to kill any criminals or something. But in Taxi Driver, as soon as you exit the vehicle, the mission ends. So if you weren't able to hold it, it would be much more difficult to go and obviously go on foot to make a replay, because you'd need to stay in the taxi to keep the mission going.
Oh my lord.
wow.
Oh. Shouts to Jolzy, dude. He's going to love this one.
He's loving this run right now, man.
Ah.
Yeah, police cars are not very stable in this game at all. So
Yeah. Fortunately, they are pretty fast, though, so they're pretty good for driving sequences.
And I'm pretty sure Omega has a lot of shotgun shells by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get 5 of those every time you pick a cop car up for the first time.
And one convenient use of the M16.
Yeah, the M16 in this game is the most broken piece of garbage ever. It is unreal. It is absolutely insane how disgustingly broken that gun is.
It's like a better version of a minigun.
Yeah. So what he did right there is it's another example of making a replay, but it's a bit extra on top, because in that corner there's a mini Uzi replay that he's going to use later on. But not only that, there's also a flamethrower that's going to spawn during a certain mission. So you see he made the replay and then he kind of extended it to where he could jump into where the flamethrower is going to spawn during Trial by Fire. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you start Trial by Fire, it'll ask you to go and pick up a flamethrower, but because conveniently the Uzi and the flamethrower are both in the exact same place, then you can just make a replay that will pick them both up, which is really convenient.
So unfortunately, because of the time, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this next mission.
Yeah.
yeah, dupe being
No duping.
duplicating the mission. You start the same mission twice.
So I'm just gonna have to do it intended strats.
Yeah, usually for this one, like, the next mission's basically just picking up a bunch of hookers and taking them to the, like a party, I guess. But if you duplicate it, then you can take half as many. Because the game thinks, like, for each one you pick up, it's 2. So it's faster that way.
Oh well.
So you need to take 8, so he'll have to just remember to actually take 8 rather than 4.
I mean, there's a different route you do with if you don't do the mission, so...
Should be easy to remember then.
Omega has been running the run long enough. There was a time when we didn't have any of these tricks.
Yeah.
Back in my day,
We
we didn't have mission duplication.
Exactly.
You young whippersnappers.
You do half the work for double for the same reward.
Yeah, gotta be a bit careful here because it's a rough terrain and tends to flip very easily, as if this cop car hasn't flipped enough times
I was going to
already.
say, yeah, you should be especially careful considering that you've already flipped on straight roads.
Yeah.
Where the crusher is like a death trap for you right now. Getting PTSD from 10 minutes ago.
Yep. It's okay. Portland is pretty tight regarding time of day, but there are ways to make sure that it lines up, and currently I'm still fine.
And even if he wasn't fine, there's like he can either do suicide, depending on if you need any weapons or not to advance the timer. You could also do safing, but that's very slow, so probably won't be doing that.
Yeah,
What is this?
The safe houses are in like really weird locations in this game. And it's not like Vice City or San Andreas, where like in Vice City there's properties that you can buy, or like, you know, businesses that you can save at. So you have a lot more save locations.
In this game it's only 3, 1 per island.
Yeah, and they're not in great locations.
No.
The one on Portland is where the first mission ends, or where you go to change your clothes rather.
Yeah, and
with
the other
8
2
ball.
we'll actually never see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, at least. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, assuming everything goes to plan.
Yeah, so if you had started this mission twice, like I intended, you would only have to bring in 4 girls, so... Still 2 more to go.
Good thing we gave you such a high estimate, Omega. We knew you were gonna choke coat so early.
Well, it is all missions. You should never trust that category.
Yeah. And that's not even accounting game crashes and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another van trying to flip me.
Can I read a few donations?
Yeah.
We have $5 from Anonymous without a comment, but thank you very much. We have $5 from Melis saying, "Let me in Europe, please." $20 from Anonymous without a comment, but thank you very much. And $21 from Mr. Post saying, "Hi, I'm Misty."
Hi, Misty.
I'm...
Mr. Post.
Mr. Postman.
Omega, do you know what me and Mr. Post call this category?
Not really.
All bullshit.
Oh yeah.
That's a great name.
Yeah, it's just everything here.
Also, Melis, we had a great time at Eurovision night without you.
Bullying, dude.
It's a bully-free zone.
Yeah. Someone banned this man.
Alright, next up is Van Heist, which has a little bit of randomness to it. Runs never die here, etc.
Yeah, the security truck that Omega is gonna steal here has 2 patterns. He took the good pattern. He could have also turned left earlier, and yeah, that's basically it.
Oh, so many shotgun shells.
And then he parks the police car in front of it, shoots it, and explodes. And the explosion damages the van enough for the guys to run out. And then he can just pick it up. The intended way would be that you ram it, because it's bulletproof and I think fireproof, but not explosion-proof. So that's why we parked the car in front of it.
He also did a big brain strats there and didn't just wildly get into the van. He actually checked for a police officer, because it's very common that you can get a police officer there.
But it's slow.
It's getting busted is also slow.
Yes.
You know. So it's pretty brainy to kind of play it safe there.
Yeah.
Especially because the acceleration of the van is so bad that even if you do see a cop, a lot of the time you won't be able to get away fast enough.
Yeah, because the security car's acceleration is so slow.
Yeah.
Now
Like-
I need a taxi.
if you're in a fast car and a cop opens your door while you're driving away, you can usually knock him over because the car's going too fast, but that doesn't happen with the van.
So he needs this taxi again for the submission that he's gonna use to start the rampage and the mission at the same time, right?
Yeah, after this mission.
Oh, okay.
For now, I'm just holding this taxi submission through the crook.
Oh, yeah. So for this one, it's important that if you want to do this yourself, you never let go of the submission button, because it could crash the game.
Yeah.
Like, the game doesn't know what to do if you start the taxi mission and a normal mission at the same time, or any of the other submissions, really.
Yeah, it can also kill mission scripts as well, I think. So in certain missions, everything will just die. So like any NPCs will just walk away or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's also worth mentioning that you couldn't really see it super well because he was looking behind. Because in order to hold submissions in this game, you need to have your look behind key on foot set to also the submission.
Yep.
But what he did there was a thing called a mega jump. There's two setups for it, but basically what it does is it allows you to propel yourself forward like really fast. If you just do it on like a straight road, you'll just die because you'll go so fast. But if you like smack into a wall, the game doesn't kind of take into account that you're hitting a wall at 150 miles per hour. It just basically goes, oh, it broke your fall, and you landed safely. So.
Or you go downhill.
Yeah.
That way also you don't die.
Yeah, you jump from an incline.
Yeah. You will be using that multiple times during the run.
Yeah.
It's also a good way to, if you want to die, to kill yourself in the fastest possible way. You just do it on a straight line and then you die.
Yeah, you have like an on-demand death warp.
Yep, very convenient.
And this is another trick of not making anything spawn in front of you if you look back. The game only spawns vehicles where you're looking. So if you're not looking forward, then nothing spawns in front of you.
Yeah, it's just a way to save on performance.
Yep. And not get RSI from mashing V or whatever your button is all the time. And making the YouTube comments really pissed off at you.
Oh, they are pissed off at that too. Not just YouTube.
Liar! You're the liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
It's also worth mentioning it's also worth mentioning that that look behind strat only works if you're going a certain speed as well. So you kind of need to make sure, because in that mission you're in a perennial going uphill, so it's like the opposite of speedy. But once you get to a certain point, you're usually fine.
Yeah, the speed requirement is not that high, but you need to at least move.
So that's the Uzi that I mentioned like quite a while ago.
And he also used the submission to start there. So now he's not holding it anymore.
Yeah, thank God.
And now he has the Rampage and Turismo running at the same time.
And unfortunately, Turismo is a bit long for the 2-minute Rampage, so we're gonna have to do some other stuff to chain the Rampage through the mission. Because we're gonna want to do some more glitches after this.
Maybe one more important thing to mention about Rampages in this game.
Go to the chatter line here. Hello, caller. You're on Chatterbox.
He's trying to hit them and then the race starts. The Rampages change locations if you fail them once. So yeah, you need to keep track of what Rampages you actually use for these kind of things, and then where the new location is going to be if you want to use a similar one again.
Yeah.
It's kind of bittersweet because sometimes the second location can be a lot more convenient than the first one, but sometimes it's kind of annoying.
You need to use the first one to
Get
get something,
one,
and then you can't do the second one.
Exactly,
it's inconvenient, yeah.
Guys with puppets get chicks. I take my monkey puppet.
Yeah, like reuse the same replay for rampages.
Yep, unfortunately not.
But anyway, dude, at the International Puppetry Festival,
In Vice City, for example, where we use a lot of these similar mechanics, Rampages don't do that, so that's a lot more convenient. So you can just use one Rampage throughout any of those glitches that you want to perform.
This is what we're gonna do for the Rampage chaining. So this is the place where the Uzi Rampage goes when you fail it. So I'm gonna press F3, F1 on the location, and that makes it so whenever I play a replay, it starts from that point, and now it's like recording the replay kind of from that spot onwards.
Yeah, so he hasn't saved it. It's just like in the replay cache, then he'll still be able to pick up the rampage from it. So.
So there, I just pressed F1, which just loads the most recent replay that you haven't saved.
Yeah, because it's from within 25 seconds or whatever it was.
Yeah, but he'll still have the one that he actually saved earlier. on demand for when he starts trial by fire.
It's a
These
bit of
cars, man.
it's a bit of a chaos
they
going
can't
on right
handle
now.
the rain physics.
Yeah, rain physics are like ice, essentially.
Yeah, makes driving a lot harder. Handling is way less good. I don't know how to say that.
Especially with cars that have, you know, that are tail happy, that spin a lot.
Classic example is the Stallion.
Or the Banshee, really. Banshee isn't as bad, but it still tends to fishtail a lot.
So yeah, this is just a race around the city on the first island here. Not too much going on.
It's almost over. Also, all these rare vehicles on the road.
Nice choice, Mister. GG.
Switch to 100%.
100% runners would get very mad because they never get those when they need them, but
Yeah, they're required for the import-export garage, and they're not super frequent. So.
that's the end of the level there.
Yeah, GTA seems to have a classic thing where the rare vehicles would have spawned on the road, but then they'll give you a fixed spawn for things that spawn all the time.
Yeah. So this is the mission during which we wanted the rampage to run out, because this mission can be used for another instapass. And oh, maybe I should have taken that taxi, but whatever. I'm also looking for a convenient taxi spawn. I don't have to run too much. There we go. There's so much to choose from. So we need the taxi because when I'll start the next mission, which is Ice Cream You Scream, it passes the mission, but it also leaves an instance of Ice Cream You Scream running in the background. So we need the taxi submission to get rid of that.
Yeah, if you were to just ignore the fact that the other instance was running and start the mission or start another mission, then the game would just crash.
There we go.
Yeah, sometimes these markers don't trigger correctly.
Yeah, there we go. So that's to make sure the game won't crash. Of course.
Unlucky. Come on,
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, that's like a 30% chance of happening with that setup. So now I have to do this rampage. So that's what I attempted there was called a Mandu. It's basically like just starting a mission from a marker and a rampage at the same time. In Vice City it's very easy, but in this game it's quite inconsistent.
Yeah, in Vice City you can just jump into the markers, so you always have a reference point as to where you can start the replay. Start the replay.
Yeah, but in this game, even if you have perfect timing, you can still get screwed by the mission cycles.
Yeah. I still remember when this kind of stuff came first out. We had like 2 of these, I think, in the run.
Yeah.
And it was just a nightmare trying to get attempts going with these kind of things, and you were just wrecking your brain over if this is consistent or not, or if you're doing the timings wrong and then you just fail anyways. It's very annoying.
It's also, if you've been kind of paying attention and you're now thinking to yourself, why doesn't he just use Taxi to do it, or any other submission? The reason for that is because if you use, say like when we use Vigilante to instapass my clips, Vigilante is now dead. So like if you were to press to start Vigilante, nothing happens. So that'll happen.
The insta-passing with a submission essentially kills the submission from the game.
Yeah, so you can't use it anymore.
Well, in this case it's because if you use the side mission to start the rampage, then when the submission ends, then also the rampage spawns disappear. Because when you start a rampage, the game tends to spawn mostly just gang members. But if you like cancel the submission, like while the rampage is running, then you just get regular pet spawns of that area. So if I use Taxi, then I wouldn't get triad spawns at the payphone. So I have to like start the mission at the same time. These are decent spawns. That cop is concerning though.
Don't get busted.
Yeah. There's a chance that will
Knocks him
increase
over.
every single time that Omega's health goes down, where the police officer can knock you over and bust you. I'm pretty sure, if it's assuming it's the same as in VCE, that it's possible even on this health total right now. It's just very low, so thankfully it didn't happen.
Okay, so the next mission is called Big and Veiny. It's the final blue payphone mission in Portland, and it is notorious for crashing the game, at least for me. So hope it doesn't happen.
He also played the smart move and actually made a save specifically for it
Yeah.
just earlier. So
Everyone bless RNG here.
Yeah, I don't know why this mission crashes so much, but it just does.
yeah. It's similar to naval engagement in VCR missions, where just at any point during the mission you can just crash the game and nobody really knows why.
Yeah, in this mission you're just supposed to collect a bunch of porn mags from around the city. It's like on a timer, where each time you pick up like a magazine, then you get like 1.5 seconds or something.
And the great thing about this mission is, like, you're kind of forced to follow the route, but at the same time, there's certain parts where you can just cut through and like let the timer run for a while, and then manage to catch up with the intended route again,
Yeah.
without running out of time. And
Yeah.
he will be doing that.
All that kind of matters is just as long as you get to the end.
The end with at least a second or
Yeah, with at
something.
least a second. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are many routes you can take in this mission. So, but I'm gonna be doing another mega jump.
This is like a great example of where the mega jump really comes in handy.
Massive flies.
Yeah.
It's
So-
Holy
gigantic.
shit.
Yeah, and you take like 18 damage.
Yeah. So that's where the guy is, and obviously Omega knows where he is, so he can just go to like a high point and just mega jump all the way across the map right to him.
Yeah. Very convenient.
Yep.
There are a bunch of riskier strats, but that one isn't like too slow. No,
Do
this
we have time for a few donations?
yeah.
Alright, we had $20 from Vector saying, donated to stream 2 already, so donate to stream 1 now to get to 70k. Odyssey run was amazing. I'm pretty sure my partner and I have spent longer trying to get the jump rope moon than the length of this entire race. Note, still trying. $5 from Mibixi saying, sue me! $5 from Pansy without a comment, but thank you very much. $33 from Mr. Post, once again saying, it's about time Joey got a driver we can trust.
Speaking of, he called it the Omega jump.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't the one who found it. I think some Russians found it like in 10 years ago or something.
1995 or something. Yeah.
Yep.
What was his name again?
I have no idea.
Not
Vladimir, probably.
the legendary Russian one, the GTA 3 guy. Oh yeah, okay.
Th-
No,
there's
it
a-
doesn't
forgot.
matter.
Runs on like Pentium 4 and stuff like that.
No, that was another death warp to pass the time. So now, because I've lost so much time, and I have to deviate from the route a little bit, but it should work out in the end.
Yeah, there's another rampage here,
Huh?
and he uses the paramedic mission to set the flag to 0 again while being on the rampage.
Oh.
And then starts Cipriani Schiffer.
Yeah, the fact that paramedic exists is nice because the ambulance can be locked, but it's a lot less likely. So whereas the cop cars, you kind of have to hope that you get a decent spawn, but the ambulance, usually you can just grab it as soon as you death warp, and it's still pretty fast as well. So
I think the lock chance on the ambulance is like 20%.
yeah, it's not very high. And if you do get it, then you can just kill yourself again, and a new one will spawn, and you can get another one.
Yep.
Wait here. Keep the engine running.
Time's also pretty important because some missions in this game actually require you can only start them at certain times of the day. I don't know why because in VC they just skipped that idea altogether.
That's only in Portland though, I think.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, I think it's only in Portland.
Yeah. There's
And then-
like 5 or so missions in Portland that require a certain time, and then after that, the rest of the game is just pick up
Yeah.
whenever.
And then for VC they like scrapped that entirely, and then for SA they brought it back again.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Oh,
It's definitely a mechanic I didn't miss in this game.
Yeah.
Or
No.
the next one.
oh, they did like bring lots of mistakes into SA, so
You mean it's just one big mistake?
yeah.
Should someone just, I don't know, delete it?
That's very topical of you, Icon.
Yeah, so all that matters here that I make it to the marker with like at least 3 seconds left. Yeah.
So yeah, the rampage is gonna end It goes back to 0, and then he can pick up the mission again, and that's the dupe.
Yeah. And this is a mission where the game spawns 3 vans, and you're supposed to destroy them. So, if you start the mission twice, the game spawns 6 vans, but when you fail one of the missions, the game just deletes all the vans.
So it's as if you destroyed them.
Yeah, so it kind of counts as having destroyed
it's like
them.
a cleanup script, essentially, just clearing whatever it spawned, and then it removes the vans, and then it checks again that the vans are gone, and that makes you pass it.
I have to wait for like 5 seconds for this mission to become available.
I think they're from like 9 to 20 or something.
9 to 7 p.m.
Oh, close enough. 9:19 then. Let's fly.
This fly is amazing.
Get out of here.
One could say he's flying.
Oh man, it's on fire. Jesus.
The fly's trying to sabotage them, huh?
Yeah.
That
Time
pack-
for a few more donations.
Yeah.
$5 from Pansy without a comment, but thank you very much. $25 from Poker Fakowati
No.
saying good luck, Omega.
Try again. It's Poker Fasavate.
Poker Fasavate. Good
There
enough.
you go.
Good enough.
$5 from Dobro 455 saying, "Hey Omega, just wanted to say your GTA San Andreas run was my first intro to ESA. Glad I get to watch this run live. I had to reach back into my pocket for a shout out to you and all the rest of the GTA community. Doopity doop."
Thank you.
Which year was that run? Was it 2014?
Either 2014 or last year.
Oh yeah, right, okay. But I'm just gonna guess 2014.
Yeah, maybe. The run that you can't like watch anymore with audio.
Yeah. Thanks copyrights, by the way.
Shoutouts.
It's a big problem for all the GTA runners if they ever put anything on YouTube.
Yeah, the
If you-
soundtrack is just too good.
Yeah, if you let the wrong radio station like run, your run is just gonna be muted or blocked.
I don't know exactly which songs do it in GTA 3. I know there's a lot in San Andreas.
Or all of them.
Is it all of them?
As long as you don't have Chatterbox on, you're just gonna get muted.
Yeah.
I even got copyright claimed on water sounds once.
Really?
Yeah. At the
Nice.
end of the game.
Nice.
Yeah, and you can also get copyright claim on like the final cutscene of Vice City or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, why?
That's a great system.
Alright, time to make another replay of this same M16 rampage that I made at the start.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody already mentioned, but there's only 2 places that they can spawn. It's not like they have like a big array of spawns. So because Omega has failed the M16 twice, it's going to go back to the same place it was originally.
Dude, if it would spawn in like random locations, that
Yeah?
would make this run so much harder.
Yeah.
That would make it much more interesting.
I'm
he's,
not sure if we would want that.
Moved Rampage's race?
No.
That'll be fun.
Well, there was a mega jump I could have done there, but I forgot to press F3, F1. So there was a chance that I could have accidentally started the rampage, which would have been pretty bad.
Yeah. Because it means that he wouldn't have been able to start the next mission, because he would have just been on mission 1 with the rampage.
Yeah, so I would have had to die again and then make a new replay.
Yeah.
Or like die.
Wait 2 minutes. They're both pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, Omega, what's your favorite mission in this? Can be for any reason you want. Doesn't actually have to be good.
Well, I think Blaster is pretty fun.
Yeah.
If you have like a decent car for it. Kingdom Come is pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Nice door.
We actually used to race just to get to that mission.
Yeah. So it's like, it would have been like any % for 30 minutes and then...
Just like 2 more missions.
Yeah.
It's like LCS all missions, isn't it? Just any % and then 2 extra missions.
The shots.
Yep.
You mean the facts?
Yeah. I wonder what's going on in that dog food factory. I don't know.
What could it possibly be?
Yeah, they're probably just buying dog food.
Hiding evidence of something? Not sure what.
So to finish the mission, he has to get rid of the car. Fastest way to do that is just
Yeah.
by doing this.
That's
Yeah.
work at the same time. So.
Yeah, you can just go with it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Luckily, you don't drown instantly, otherwise that might not be possible. But yeah, you can just do that.
So the paramedics come and salvage Omega out of the car, but don't think of the fact that he's in a, you know, a vehicle that has been destroyed in a criminal way.
Well, they don't know that.
As
They
long as
just
they
think
get, as long as they get him to safety, it's fine.
And they also didn't manage to leave the door open.
Oh
so
no, come on.
Twice.
Twice in a row.
Come on, game.
this is my typical ambulance luck.
So yeah, 20%, 20%, let's see. Can we get it 3 times?
Oh.
There we go.
Tech came and plugged in the USB, thank God. It's for the sake of the estimate.
Yeah.
No.
Can't fail too much.
And that's what the rampage is for. So the use of this rampage is like twofold. It's because, well, you kind of need a gun for this mission, and you can get a police car, but that's like even more unlikely than getting an ambulance. And well, also doing this mission with an M16 is a lot faster than shotgun. But also this is a setup for another insta-pass.
Yeah, Omega's about to get quote-unquote ambushed here, but it's basically him ambushing them.
Yeah.
Because...
You don't want to run at someone with this weapon.
Exactly, yeah, it is such a dumb idea. Like, some of these guys just have, like, baseball bats and pistols, and we have the most overpowered weapon in the game, so they're just gonna get turned into mincemeat right now.
Yeah.
Like, even the van, it dies in a second. Just line them all up and down they go.
And that's that.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
What a shame.
What a wrong way to die.
I don't think they're gonna mess with you again, Omega.
Yeah, better not see them trying to jack my car on the street. Because after this mission, the triads get angry at you, where they just whenever they see you, they pretty much shoot you on the street.
Yeah, it's kind of like a leftover mechanic from GTA 2 in a way, where if you got a very low respect with a gang, they just start attacking you on the street. And in this game, if you do certain missions and fuck up a certain gang too much, they will also start attacking you on the street. Right now, that's the triads. Later on, that will be the mafia as well, and then even the Colombians.
And the Yardies as well.
Oh yeah, the Yardies too. And I think the red or purple ones as well?
Well, one of them gets like wiped out.
Oh, they just get wiped out, yeah, okay. Then they can't attack you anymore, of course.
So yeah, the jump there, well, I guess it's not necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're slow,
yeah.
you will have a mission marker there along with this marker. And if you just walk in the marker, there's a chance that you also pick up like Joey's mission, which would be like dead skunk in the trunk, and that would crash the game. So always just jump there, because it's good habit.
Also, when we mentioned before about insta-passes, like with Mike Lips and Ice Cream You Scream, they're not all, I would say that's simple, but they're not all that simple, essentially. Like, a lot of the time you can't just hold a mission and walk into another one. So the one that he does here is like a bit more complicated. You've got to do some setup first before you can't just walk into Salvate's core meeting and insta-pass it.
Yeah,
It's a lot more complicated. It's very, very complicated in any percent. It's not too bad here, but it's still fairly complex. So he died on mission 0 there, but he doesn't. He dies, but when you die on mission 0, you don't actually like fail the mission because you're not on it technically according to the game. So it's still kind of running in the background, and then you go and enter this Patriot, which is where. What's the name of this? Patriot Playground?
Yep.
Yep. And then because he starts that while that instance is still running, then you insta-pass it.
Yep.
And you can actually, like when you do the insta-pass, you can still control the Patriot while you're in this cutscene. So if you looked at the minimap, I was just like driving around.
That was an unfortunate whoopee there.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is, I'm not exactly sure why this works. Yeah. So normally you're not supposed to be able to pick up rampages while you're in a vehicle, like that, like just on there, but that works somehow. I don't know. maybe code monkeys can explain it.
It's also worth mentioning that also when he got out of the Patriot, he failed Patriot Playground as well. So obviously if he still had another instance of that running, then he would crash here, but because he failed it, then he's good to go.
So I leave the Patriot there to block the door, because this is quite tight, the timing, because I have to finish this mission and find the taxi, start taxi and hold it before the rampage runs out.
There are fixed cabbie spawns in certain places, but they're not super ideal.
Yep. And also the Stallion is one of the worst cars in the game. Just slides around all over the place.
Yeah, we mentioned before about when you're driving in rain, it's like driving on an ice rink. But the Stallion just has that whether it's raining or not. It's just a lot worse when it's raining. But even when it's, like, you know, 30 degrees outside, then it's still terrible.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they were thinking.
I think it's that a rear-wheel drive.
And they force you to drive this car in like one of the first few missions. So
Yeah.
you have to learn how to drive it.
Yeah, it's especially fun if you have, say, a surprise winter storm in Liberty City.
Oh no. Yeah, a couple of years ago we played like makeshift mod that just puts snow everywhere and gives cars like insane snow physics, and trust me, it's already bad in normal cars, it's just worse in this one.
Yeah, so I have about 8 seconds spare here.
Good enough.
Oops. I guess
wanted it right, man. Come on, what are you doing? It was unnecessary.
Okay, so this Instapass is a bit complicated because you can't kind of do this normally. Like, if you just try to do this mission for, like, just trying to Instapass it like this without any prior setup, it'll just crash the game. But the way you do it is you have to start Salvatore's Golden Meeting first, so that the assets of that mission are loaded in the memory. And then you have to cancel the mission, and then you can Instapass it. And it's really fortunate that you can do both Patriot Playground and Her Lover without like deloading the assets of Salvatore's Golden Meeting, so you can do that Instapass pretty smoothly. And it saves like 2 minutes doing that Instapass.
Yeah, the stars really align for that. It has to be like a very specific set of circumstances for that to work, and they just happen to line up.
And this mission, there's this just driving the limo around, so if there are any messages or donations you want to read, then go ahead.
Sour, please.
We have $5 from Hoxie saying, "Hello Omega, could I interest you in a game of Lucky Hit? Also, don't softlock Mark, man." $5 from Elmotus saying, "It's been another amazing event. Thank you to everyone who has made it possible. Best of luck on the GTA 3 run. Been looking forward to it." $10 from Quack saying, "Thank you for all the runners and ESA staff 2018. Save the children. Kisses from France and Baguette_restream."
Flag FR.
Okay.
Take the door off there because there's nothing better to do.
You have to just wait, I think it's 10 seconds when she gets in, and then the police will come, and then Maria will eventually come out and you just drive her back home.
It's interesting because the spotman has to get to a certain place before it triggers the next part.
Yeah, this car. It can get stuck, and especially since it was raining, they can spin out even easier, but luckily they behaved.
Yeah.
So when Maria exits is always the same time, so you can either just count how many seconds it takes, or just after X amount of people that leave, Maria will come out.
Yeah,
Picture's
Maria's
number
always
8.
the 9th.
9th? I thought it was 8.
Yeah, it's
oh no, it's the 8th guy you drive over. I
You
think.
drive over the 8th
Yeah,
guy,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and here I'm not doing the camera despawn trick because I have 2 police stars. It just has a chance of spawning more police officers in my way, and especially with limo in the rain, it's not ideal. You have to take a little bit of evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, if that police car, if they come head on and you don't do that, what he just did, they will just hit the back of the limo and spin it out, especially in the rain, so he's gonna lose a lot of time. So it's a nice dodge.
And this is a cutscene you can skip actually, but if you watch it until a certain point, it's like half a second faster to watch it. Because normally if you just straight up skip that cutscene, Claude walks around for a while and you can't do anything. But
Shouts to Anti-Streaks for actually figuring out that was faster, even though people knew about it 5 years ago. Just nobody did it.
I mean, it's half a second.
Yeah, Portland's an auto-scroller anyway.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's another mega jump. I went down the stairs before, because if you just mega jump straight, like just right away, the taxi won't be there. You have to walk down the stairs a bit for it to spawn.
It seems like a really odd route as well, but it's specific because there's another rampage that spawns up here.
Yeah, right.
And not only that,
right
but
here.
on this mission, you're just waiting for Curly Bob to leave Luigi's place. So this doesn't lose any time. So a lot of it is just like setting up other replays and stuff.
We've always been using this mission to set up stuff. Back before all this replay stuff happened, it was essentially just picking up guns and ammo and whatnot. Well, now we do this.
Yeah, and you're supposed to get into that taxi that's in front of you, and then you're supposed to tail him to the docks, but you can just pick him up in your own taxi and just take him there yourself. So
It's a nice little secret in the mission. It's
Yeah.
like it actually is intended, and they don't ever tell you that, but you can just do it.
Yeah. And
You
there,
also
I played a replay when Curly Bob was running. Normally Curly Bob runs for a bit and then just walks the rest of the way, but if you press a replay while he's still running, he keeps running. Saves quite a few seconds actually.
That's especially useful in some of the any percent routes because you need to finish this mission and have taxi running for blowfishes to pass. So that saves like a really significant amount of time because it makes obviously the drive here a lot easier.
And there I
It's
took
like
a kind of a
seconds.
wide line, because if you take a kind of a normal line, then Curly Bob will get a shot off on your taxi, and well, it's pretty lethal sometimes.
Yeah, you won't have enough speed if you go very sharp. Then he has enough time to react.
Yep.
The shotgun is very deadly in this game. Like maybe 3 or 4 hits from a shotgun to a vehicle will blow it up.
Like two.
yeah, two full ones. Okay, would do it. It just instantly blows up, even
Yeah.
so like.
So like the cap could take 1 if it has full health, but if you already rammed a couple things, he could instantly die. So that's why he was very scared of that. This mission can be a little bit annoying.
Yeah, that little tap there on the car, it skips a little cutscene where if you just get in the car like you're intended to, you just get a little 1 or 2 second cutscene that says, "Ooh, it's the Farrelly brothers," and then if you tap them, kind of like starting the race, by tapping the racers, you can like tap the cars that are gonna chase you too.
This is a pretty funny mission because like the name already tells you what it's about, but the way it's designed, they're gonna hit you and then eventually your trunk opens and you actually see what you're doing.
Notice.
Yeah, no one will see.
Yeah, there's nobody on the road.
Huge tune.
What's your favorite radio station?
Chatterbox.
Objectively wrong opinion.
So you're a big Laszlo fan?
Yeah.
Alright.
Killer bees must be stopped. There's the killer bee that's been hanging around the venue. I think
Oh yeah.
he could be stopped.
Killer fly. But, yeah.
So it's a bit risky to just run up here because the dudes are still chasing you, as you can see.
There
So
they come.
they're back with a vengeance.
They don't have the best pathfinding, but they will still follow you anywhere on the island. As long as they don't get stuck.
Yeah, look where you can kind of like easily bait them just by kind of looking like you're gonna do a right turn and then they'll just turn right into the wall.
Do a bit of improvising here because I need to pass some time. So this is a 2-minute waiting mission essentially.
Yeah.
You're supposed to just blow up as many mafia cars as possible, but like you're supposed to get a high score, but you can just blow up 1 and
As long as you blow up one of the game things. Yeah, well done.
As long as your score is more than 0, you're good.
That is the high score since it's the first time you're doing it. And the
That
only-
is true.
So this would be a great time to talk about the T-shirt, Omega, don't you think?
Yeah.
In case people want an intermission.
For sure.
Yeah. So to anyone who has already donated or is going to donate, and you should, $5 during this run, you'll actually get entered into a giveaway for the side GTA Marathon shirt. They showed it during the intermission, but I thought I'd mention it because some people might not have watched it or got here late. You show it? Yeah. Thanks for covering my face as well. Am I that ugly, Charlie? But yeah, so if you want a signed GTA Marathon shirt from everyone here that was able to make it to ESA, then make sure to get your donations in before the end of the run. $5 or more. Thank you.
Speaking of donations,
And messages. Do we have any?
I have $20 from P. Weasel saying, "Hey GTA boys, you know why they call it Mandupe? Because it's inconsistent and it gets you at the wrong part of your cycle, but it's easy to push just the right buttons and make it finish quickly."
Weasel, stop it. I'm blushing.
We also have $5 from Kirimus saying, "Hello everyone, just wanted to say good luck to Omega and nice haircut to Eidgard. Also hello Josh and Poker in the back. Thanks to all involved for another awesome ESA. I can't wait to hopefully see you all in person at the same fantastic venue next year. Talk Champ, Listen 3.
So there's 4 of these missions in the game. If I remember correctly, you need to do 2 of those, and the other 2 you can kind of finish quicker.
You need to do both the ones in Portland.
Yeah.
Also, there's a little optimization here. If you blow up the RC car when there's around 1.5 seconds left, then it saves a bit of time, because normally when the timer runs out, the car blows up then, and then you have to like wait for the fade out and stuff. It's a bit slow. But if you blow it up when there's like 1.5 seconds left, then it just skips the fade.
While he was doing that, he was also doing a trick. Essentially, when you go onto the grenades rampage, instead of killing people, you're supposed to blow up vehicles. And when you start and cancel Firefighter, you will like spawn and then get rid of a vehicle, so it counts it on the counter. So then he does it so he only has 1 more left, and then he just blows up the fire truck so he passes the rampage, and then he can start the mission again.
And this is another dupe and fail.
Yeah.
There are 3 guys you have to kill, and it's the same way with 3 vans, where when you start it twice and fail 1, the game cleans up the mission and removes the guys.
Not having to do 3 vans in normal way is probably the best thing that ever happened to GTA 3.
Yeah.
yeah, I remember the hype. Like 3 van skip.
So this is like the big reason the route is the way it is currently, because this mission is only available between 6 AM and 2 PM, and because of the way we do instapasses now, you have to be able to start it you have to be able to beat it and start it again. So essentially there's around little under a 4-hour window in game when you can do this mission.
It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. It's only
4 hours is 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's really not that long. Also, to quickly mention, you'll notice whenever he does like a mega jump into just before he dies, he'll play a replay. That's because it'll kind of freeze his animation into like a really casual walking pose. It actually does save time. It's not just for the looks, because it saves you like falling down before you die.
Yeah, I think it's like half a second or something.
Yeah, it just looks really funny.
Here I'm gonna have to make a bribe replay for this mission, because it's a bank robbery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bribes work the same way as rampages. You can just pick them up in the replay. Normally the bribe should disappear after you pick them up, but because you picked it up in a replay, it stays there, so you can play the replay as often as you want. You can get rid of 6 stars if you wanted to.
Super convenient for some of the later missions.
Yes.
Like a drop in the ocean when you get 5 stars and you can just get rid of them before you even reach land.
And in this mission you're supposed to just paint spray, but you can't do that with an emergency vehicle. And that's why it just does this.
Just get rid of the one in the way, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to wait there a bit, because if you play the replay too early, the guys kind of get stuck in animation, and then it'll they kind of bug out when they're trying to exit the ambulance.
Yeah. That's also like a kind of another two-way sword as well, because or two-way street rather, I should say, because on some of the later missions you can use that to manipulate the enemy AI rather than your friend's AI.
And now I'm still technically on the mission. Well, I am, but now I started again for reasons that you will see shortly. So I'm still rolling with the original bank robbers. So now I'm going to finish this mission, but at the same time I'm also still on this mission after I finish the first instance.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they fixed bribery plays in Vice City, right? I don't know if it was intentional or not, but you can't do that in Vice City.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really need to. There isn't a lot of missions that just give you like 6 or 5 stars at the end or something, but...
Yeah, but you have the other option where you can just despawn all traffic, so...
Yeah.
So yeah, drop them off, now pick them up again.
Round
Get
2,
in,
boys.
boys.
Let's go.
Let's
go rob another
Let's
one.
go again. Same bank. Same time. Let's go.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
the bang on the main.
Don't
drag.
ever expect a double hit.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
You're actually not going to the bank. We're actually going to pay my boss a visit. I think these guys were incompetent, so I should get fired.
unfortunate.
If they would, they just get to an empty cash register and go, hey, who took all the money before we got here? Oh, wait, it was me.
So yeah, this is Blowfish. Wait, what?
Omega, are you okay?
What?
Oh, you improvised earlier. I think you've... Did you forget something?
No, oh, I think I know what happened actually.
Oh, no.
This could be bad.
So what was supposed to happen was he was supposed to actually insta-pass that mission, but the reason he knows it kind of messed up was because...
One of the guys got too far away, so it kind of changed the state of the mission.
Oh.
So I saw it just as I picked up the mission. That, yeah, there was kind of nothing I could do.
The idea of this mission is that you're supposed to take the van and park it and then blow it up with a bomb that's armed inside it. But obviously if you insta-pass it, in the cutscene you can see it blowing up right immediately. So, but he was able to tell that it kind of went wrong because it didn't explode.
This should
Yeah,
still be okay though, right? You just finished the mission normally? Or?
Yeah, I mean it didn't crash.
Oh,
So
let's hope not.
That's good, yeah.
I mean there's nothing I can do to fix it because I'm kind of on a mission.
Well, let's just hope it works.
Yeah.
If it crashes, then
Yep. That's just a speedrun.
Let's call it bad RNG and move on.
Yep.
So I do have some saves, but this is a thing that I have never seen before, so couldn't exactly prepare for it.
We believe.
I think you should be alright.
Ooh.
I can't think of a reason why you would crash at any point there. If you were going to crash, it surely would have been when you entered.
Are you doing a death warp?
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, the explosion of the car damages him there, and then you're just gonna catch fire from some of these
Okay.
tanks. And
Yeah,
we're good. That's
Somehow
great.
you survived that truck exploding right next to you.
That's only 87, or 83 damage, I think.
Yeah.
Oh well.
No, we're good, we're good, we're good.
As long as the game doesn't crash, then it's fine.
Seems good.
So now, pretty much almost everything in Portland is done, except the final Toys Van mission, but that will be later on. Not in this visit to Portland.
Worth mentioning as well is that in like a utopian universe, you would be able to come back at any point and do a lot of the Portland missions, but you actually can't because, spoiler alert, you get like betrayed by a lot of people. So then their missions that you would do won't be available. So you can actually like soft lock yourself out of 100% in the game.
Or
because
all
you
missions.
won't. Yeah, or all missions, yeah. So you have to do them in like a really specific order. Otherwise, just like Joey's missions or Luigi's missions, for example, you won't be able to complete them after a certain point in the story.
Same thing on the second island, there's a guy you can kill who also gives mission out. So if you kill him before you finish all his missions, you know.
The game is actually intelligent enough to make sure
Yeah.
that,
That's
to
pretty
check that
impressive,
Kenji is dead.
actually.
Yeah. So I think it's personally like pretty dumb that you can lock yourself out of all missions or 100%, but it makes sense because of the law. So
GTA 3 doesn't care about casuals.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
either do it right or
Or you
tough
go
luck.
home, yeah.
Can always reset.
Yeah, just start a new game.
Huh?
Just redo it all low.
Exactly.
Get a good vantage point, then I'll head in when you fire
So
Oh.
yeah, he needs to blow up the chip here, and this guy without hands, well, mostly broken hands, is gonna plant the bombs. So Omega needs to kill all these guys really quickly. Well, not really, but fairly quickly, or he might die.
This fog isn't making it any easier, but
Yeah.
pretty much know where everybody is.
There's a rather fixed weather pattern in this game. There's specific times where you're gonna have rain and fog, and everything else is usually just sunny.
Also, potentially loud warning coming up. Sometimes this cutscene
yeah.
is exceptionally loud for some reason.
Might be a little too loud, especially with the new sound settings.
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah, now. Okay.
That was
Alright.
fun, yeah.
You never know.
And also sometimes that cutscene can soft lock, just randomly.
So this was the second last mission of the island, and now the big betrayal happens.
Yeah.
Fun fact about this mission, when I played through the game casually, I couldn't read the pager because of my piss poor eyesight, so I didn't know that I was getting betrayed the whole time.
And you kept
so
getting into the cheater?
Yeah, I just went into the cheater and died, and I had genuinely had no idea why.
How do I finish this game? What do
Yeah.
I do?
I had to get Rock24 to tell me and break my heart and tell me that Salvatore was
Oh.
stringing me along the whole time.
I don't think he was. I think it was just him being extremely paranoid and like, I mean, you kill that one traitor, like Curly Bob, right?
Yeah.
You find out that he's a traitor, so that's where like his paranoia gets worse and worse because he just assumes everyone else is a traitor too. And I think that's why he's doing it.
I think the reason they explained this because I think Maria told like Sal that like she was with Claude, so
Oh yeah, that too, right? Forgot about that love story there. So yeah,
very deep lore in this
Deep lore
game.
going on right now. yeah.
essentially the game tells you to get into that cheater there in the alleyway, but if you drive close enough past it, you get a pager message from Maria telling you it's all a trap and then you should escape.
Good thing he has like signal, right? Otherwise he'd just go to his death anyway.
Yeah, imagine he didn't get that page.
Message failed to send.
Oh, no.
Oh god.
GTA 3 bad ending.
Yeah.
Also, regarding this next mission, it's important time-wise, like when you start it, because
You want to start it in front of a full minute as close as possible.
yes, like as close to 59 as possible.
Yeah. And it's because the next mission is gonna add 2.5 minutes to the in-game timer, and then a specific event is gonna happen. But it also rounds up the current number. So if you're on 4:30, it's gonna round it up to 5 and add 250, so 7:30. That's like the Portland timings we usually use to like give an like to say how quickly Portland the run was, and that's why you wanna finish before the full minute and not after, because then you lose a full minute.
It is actually possible to manipulate the in-game clock as well by playing replays. If you play a replay like every second, you can extend that second constantly.
Yeah.
So that's useful if you don't want to wait a full minute for Salvatore. But because he was getting there like 30 seconds early, it wasn't worth
Trying to get to the
doing it the whole
earlier minute. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he was like perfectly in between, so he didn't have to like. They call it like a fake time, don't they?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
fake
Essentially
Portland.
yeah, so you're efficiently like spoofing the clock.
So now because I had a rampage running through last request, now I'm on mission 0 again, so I can pick up more rampages. So I want to set up the next dupe. And since this mission is just waiting until Salvatore arrives at the club, you can do a lot of setup. Like in the past we used to get like M16s and things like that, guns from ammunition. But now it's kind of just waiting. I'm gonna pick up this rampage at 6:10-ish in game, so I'm gonna give myself around 5-6 more seconds than I usually have.
Yeah. The idea of this is that as soon as he finishes this mission, he's going to mega jump across back to where he started the mission and dupe and fail under surveillance. So the longer he gives himself here, the less time he gives himself to get to Salvatore, but it's on a timer anyway. But the more time he'll get to do the mega jump.
Exactly. So you want to give yourself a couple extra seconds for safety.
Yeah.
The cop there might not be ideal.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not coming.
So that's another replay.
I think that's actually the same rocket rampage, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
moved
just a
there after
different
he
location.
fails it. So it's like in preparation for the fail, the rampage.
Also, the bank alarm is still ringing.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Also, so before Salvatore will leave the club, you need to kill a couple of mafia boys or whatever they are. And a rocket isn't exactly good for close quarters combat. But if you pick up, if you get like either a pistol or an Uzi, then you can use it as like your rampage weapon. So Uzi is fine.
It's actually, like, rockets are fine for killing the dudes, but it's the mega jump that you can't do with the rockets.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Also, these guys have a tendency to just glitch in
For
the
the-
ceiling.
For the
Yeah,
mega
you get
jump, you
stuck.
need to be in a running animation,
Yeah.
and you can't run with a rocket.
So he's gonna make sure to like shoot them in like the center, because for some odd reason, if, as Omega said, if you shoot them in different places, then they can get like stuck, and that's
Yeah.
obviously really bad because you're on a timer. So Salvatore leaves Luigi's, and you're waiting for him, and you just insta kill him by running him over. And then this is where the mega jumps come in again to see how
Yes.
useful it is.
It's a very convenient jump, like super jump location where you. Well, actually, mega. No, what is it called? Stunt jump. Yes, that's the word. Like these ramps are there for stunt jumps, and he just uses it to mega
Wow.
jump.
That
That
was
was an interesting camera change.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do another one here against the wall.
Yeah.
Just barely doesn't die, and then he's just in time for the dupe.
Yeah, I don't know what that jump was.
That was very strange.
Yeah, the water level must have gotten too high.
Mm.
So that's
So,
with the camera.
Another dupe and fail,
And now he just kills himself.
and mission passed.
You also need to make sure that you actually spawn in Staunton here. If you mega jump like
Yep.
or drown or something, then you can spawn in Portland, which is obviously really bad.
That would cost you some time.
Yeah.
Alright, so time for Staunton Island. The very first thing we do is start this rocket rampage. It's purely because after the death warp we don't have any weapons. And rockets are immensely useful in Staunton, at least in the early parts. And there's a little glitch we can do to... like, we are on a rampage, and the rampage gives you like 30,000 rockets. But there is a way to keep the rockets from the rampage if you fail it, which you'll see hopefully in around a minute and 30 seconds.
It's kind of like a Mythbuster as well, because a lot of people think that you get infinite ammo during rampages, but it's not. It's exactly 30,000.
I mean,
But
that's-
it's such a high amount that you would never use it anyway.
Yeah, that's just what most games do. If they want to give you something infinite, they just give you like an insanely high number.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you stand there shooting rockets enough, you'll run out.
Yeah. I think the timer runs out before that.
Yeah, easily.
Okay, so this mission has two patterns for the checkpoints. It has 15 checkpoints, and you need to have the most out of all the racers to win it. So this is the bad pattern, as I call it, like the second pattern. I don't usually get this, but it should be fine.
Yeah, now he's waiting for one of the other racers to pick up the other checkpoint, and then another checkpoint will spawn, which will be right here.
It's pretty bad that you have to rely on the AI,
Yeah.
but it's better than driving all the way there and
Yeah.
then coming all the way back.
Yeah, there it should like just spawn on top of me.
It also conveniently means that you can pick up however many you need and then go and do other stuff while
Yeah.
you're waiting for the AI to kind of
It's a
catch
good
up
mission
to
to use to like set up more stuff.
you. Yeah.
So yeah, the rampage is coming to an end, and gonna be spamming F3 to hopefully fail the rampage while inside a replay.
Here we go.
It's pretty precise, but if you keep spamming
There it
it,
is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got it. Good
there
job.
we go.
So now, unless some bad things happen, we're set on rockets.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna let this guy get this checkpoint.
It's also worth mentioning as well that it's quite convenient that when you were doing Sayonara Salvatore, you could make that rocket replay because he's loading the replay from a different, quite far away from where he is right now. It gives like an extra buffer zone, so it's a lot easier to do that. Whereas if you were to do that in Portland, it's a lot more difficult. The timing's a lot more precise.
His pattern is not especially great.
Yeah. But yeah, like he said, as long as he has more checkpoints than the other one, and he has 6 out of 15,
And that Patriot is stuck.
which is basically a guaranteed win. So now
Okay, so yeah, I do have enough now.
yeah, because not all of the ones that got picked up were picked up by the same driver.
Yeah. It's
Sometimes you can fail the mission like that.
Yeah, if you fuck up there.
Okay.
Oh, well, where's he going?
he's following the current all missions route.
It's like, that's my plan.
Yeah.
Wait. Paramedic?
What?
What?
Did you kill it?
I think I might have just killed the mission. Oh.
So this is what I was mentioning earlier.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes you-
yeah, it's dead.
Yeah, sometimes you can kill mission scripts without actually failing them or anything, and that's what he's just accidentally done here.
Yeah. I think the marker is there, but pretty sure you can't pick it up. Like, I think the mission script is just dead.
That is not good.
Yeah,
Rest in pieces.
oh well.
Game engine. You can't blame the game for that. We're being really rough on it.
Yeah.
And I just have to do it again.
Yeah, with a better car this time.
Yeah, it'll be faster this time, thankfully.
Now maybe I'll get the second pattern. And also I can do a little bit more setup that I wouldn't have been able to do, so it's not totally lost.
Since we're just redoing stuff, this would be a good time if the donation reader wants to read any messages out.
Absolutely. We have $50 from Anonymous saying, really enjoyed my first ESA. Thanks to everyone for making an awesome event. Smiley face. We have $14.77 from Just Chance saying, thanks for a great ESA 2018. I had a blast. Shoutouts to everyone in the GTA community. It was great to see you all again. $5 from Anonymous without a comment, but thank you very much. $11 from another Anonymous without a comment, thank you very much. $5 from Soviet saying, hey Omega, what's better, running GTA 3 on ESA or traveling through Japan in perfect weather?
Perfect. It's a tough call. I think Japan is still better.
Yeah, probably.
So this is the second pattern that you can get, which is, I'd say, a lot faster.
You can keep going. We got some time.
We have $5 from Mafia Crew saying, the entire town wakes up except for Eidgard, who got shot by Mafia. Medic tried to save him, but Mod made sure the Veggie shot him as well.
I wonder who that donator was.
$20 from Mr. Post saying, hey Omega, I need more time to get your money, but if you just step into my office.
It's far too late for that post. I'm taking over all missions.
We also have $10 from Josie saying, this is Bob from Pike Creek. There we go.
It's a good thing you flipped, otherwise Josie wouldn't have donated.
Yeah.
We summoned him.
That was a free donation right there.
Should I just continue?
Yeah.
Like, it's still same mission.
We have $8 from My Negroes saying, GTA 3. Fond memories of people shouting, my mother's, my sister, as you drive by them.
That's a come on, bro.
$50 from Anonymous without a comment, but thank you very much. $20 from Mango Hatface saying, shoutouts to the GTA crew. Your runs have all been entertaining. Also big shoutouts to the other runners, hosts, donation readers, and tech crew for keeping things running smoothly. And to everyone else attending here at ESA for just being awesome.
So yeah, he's doing more setup here now, and one of the other missions is going to require a cop car with a bomb in it. So that's what he's doing here.
Yeah, in this route it won't be for a while. Now I just have to be careful not to press left click.
Yeah, otherwise you would blow up the car. You can still get out of in time.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't blow up immediately. You just waste the car.
The car's gone. Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have a great time arming it because it would just kill you instantly. Sacrifice yourself for the cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is where the next mission will start.
So now he has to wait for the other racers to pick up the final 15th checkpoint, and yeah, it's kind of a bit AI RG.
Yeah, sometimes they're really fast.
The AI has never been notorious for being consistently good.
But it's just faster to wait here and hope that they do it correctly than just picking it all up yourself and drive here.
I mean, that one guy looks to be going for it.
Yeah, he's getting closer. Maybe.
Yeah, he's going for it. Yeah, we call this mission big bullshit because just RNG.
So this is the first example of.
Oh wait, Papa Spur.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're doing this mission, yeah.
So this is where the rockets come in very handy. You can just shoot rockets at this guy. You're supposed to chase him with a boat, but that's slow. You could also kill him with a sniper rifle or the very OP M16, but the rockets are just so much easier. You don't even really need to aim much.
Yeah, I usually get confused because in the old route when you did that, you would do like the next mission would be under surveillance, which requires you to drive, but now under surveillance is skipped, so usually, well not usually, but sometimes kind of get mixed up in
memories. Yeah.
Kind of mixed up in all the routes.
Yeah. This game and the route of all missions has changed a lot over the years. Even like before all these tricks, there was a lot of rerouting as well every now and there. Like, yeah, that's why. If you've been running this game for a while, you have a lot of routes mixed up in your head.
Yeah, because like a huge portion of it is like completely non-linear as well once you get to starting.
Yeah, this is where like 3 or 4 different mission people essentially open up, and like so many options how you do it, and they can all interact in different manners.
Yeah, and they're like at all different points in the map as well. You've got like Donald Love, who's like all the way far southwest, and then like Kenji, and Asuka, who's like all the way to the northeast, and etc.
It reminds me of GTA Vice City when we tried to route all missions there for the first time. It was the whole call nightmare where you had to figure out where to take all the calls between all the missions.
Yeah.
Phone calls, skip please.
Yeah. Maybe we can get sub 120 VC if we find phone call skip.
So you had to we had this gigantic Google document where we figured out when the calls come in and what calls we need for the other missions. It was a routing mess.
So also you got to get ready to a big round of applause if Omega passes this mission, because it's insanely hard according to Watch Mojo.
Wait, is that on the list?
All the journalists who've never picked up a controller or a keyboard in their entire life.
That actually made the list?
Yeah.
I only know the Blowfish one. No, not the Blowfish.
Demolition Man.
The big, yeah, that one and the big ship that you blow up in
Bomb the base.
Bomb the base.
Bomb the base, yeah.
But this one, okay, sure. I mean, it's just driving, but apparently that's hard.
Yeah.
Very hard,
especially
especially with the
they're
cop
using
car.
like their face with the controller or something, and or headbanging against their desk in order to drive.
Maybe they were driving a cop car and just flipping every 5 seconds.
Yeah, or a stallion.
Yeah, in the speedrun you have about, I think, 1 minute 28 left on the last phone here.
Yeah.
All depends
it depends on the cars usually, but something like 1.5 minutes. So I'm not sure how this is exactly hard.
Awful gamers. They're not like Omega. God gamers.
Well, they don't have the despawning of the cars, I guess.
Yeah. Intended mechanic.
Yeah.
They should use it.
And then, you know, the last phone call just tells you to meet someone in the toilet in the park, and why would you not follow that?
Huh?
Could be something interesting.
It's like the best mission location, like where you pick up missions.
This is where he will actually pick up a couple.
Good job, Omega. Good job. Impossible mission.
Where he will pick up a couple more missions for this crooked cop.
That's when you just shoot some rockets into the dude's house.
One of many missions where a rocket launcher with
here
30K.
You need to kill someone in the witness protection system, and he's like in this room there. There's that one window you can see, and like when you set fire to that room, he runs out, and they try to drive away.
Yeah.
Usually you're supposed to do it with a grenade, but you know, a rocket is a lot easier
and faster.
Yeah.
And now we have to kill poor Tanner. Oh, nice bounce.
That was pretty stylish.
That could have been bad, yeah.
Yeah, this is like Rockstar's nods against like Reflections for the Driver series.
They did that in Vice City as well, I think, right? During Auto Side, a lot of the people that you kill are from other game series.
Oh yeah, the names of the people.
Including Driver, yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a faster route for this mission that you can drive, but it doesn't really work with the cop car because it likes bouncing around a lot and you can just end up in the drink, like pretty much guaranteed.
And this is the guy we're gonna kill?
Yeah, it runs like a lady. It's like Rockstar.
Goodbye.
Yep.
Nice seeing you, bud. So this is now Kenji's casino. So as I mentioned before, you need to make sure to do all of Kenji's missions before you end up killing him later on.
Yeah.
On Wakagashira Wipeout.
Yeah, you need the rigged cop car for this mission, so instead of way back there where you had the free time to do
this
so.
is now where the time save comes in. You need to bust someone out of the prison, and that's why you need a cop car to get in here.
And there's a little trick you can do here with the AI, because he's following you and he tends to get stuck, so you can just kind of stand here and then he teleports to you.
And you get a free package.
Yeah.
It's like that good luck package on Espresso to go.
It's also great for money because you're really short on cash during this in this game.
You need so much cash in this game.
Yeah.
You only get like 1 million a mission.
It's not that much, come on.
It's like inflation.
Compare that to San Andreas, where I think when you complete all of Los Santos, which is like as long as this game is any percent, and you end up with like $2,000 or something for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's America in the 80s, LA, you know, they don't have money. Well, 90s, my bad.
Another deep lore I'd got, unfortunately.
I don't like San Andreas much, you know that.
Don't say that, don't say that. Oh god.
Omega agrees with this.
Yeah.
What have you got yourself into? First are ILs and now the fact that you hate them. What's next,
Wow.
man?
Hey,
Plot
man,
twist.
Topical.
Don't accuse anyone here, okay?
But then nothing. Yeah, this mission is quite boring actually. Just there are 3 fixed cars you have to steal and bring them back without any damage.
And it's actually topically called Grand Theft Auto.
Oh.
We'll be taking this car. Through, yeah.
Well, there is one thing that I'm gonna do during this mission that slightly deviates from what you do normally. But that's about it. So if there are
any more messages, go ahead.
Yeah.
We have a $10 donation from Anonymous saying, Adam, is that you?
Yes.
We have $25 from another Anonymous saying, hey, thank you for a terrific event. The first time I'm watching. Good luck to the rest of the runners and continue making good content. Now let's get that 70k mark. We also have $5 from Make Bake saying, give me that shirt.
Shouts to Mark, he's donated a lot towards this marathon. He's a great guy.
Alright, so here is where we deviate from the intended mission path. Because there's a rampage in this alley.
About the Adam comment as well, I of course, instead of saying yes, I meant to say, no dude, no dude. Did you see that?
Good impression.
Thank you.
Although you missed the word there.
Yeah, keeping it PG for the children.
I think I already screwed that one up.
Yeah, this game is like PG-3.
People are impressed with your impression.
It's just impersonating myself, you know.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. When you've been doing it for 20 years, you get quite good at it.
Only 20 years? Thought he was a bit older than that.
Everyone thinks that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
one of the youngest people here. You got like Stab Magoo over there who's like 49, and he looks like he's 8. Yeah, that's right, I said it. And then Gale, who's 4'11" but 58. That's right, I said it.
What are these units you're using? Come on.
Sorry, Gale's like
We're
113 centimeters.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Nice conversion.
Thank you.
Alright, so that's that boring mission done.
Yeah.
Luckily, most of the missions in the game are, like, out of all missions in GTA 3 are usually pretty entertaining or have something interesting going on. Only the toy cars and a couple of the longer driving missions are not that exciting.
Yeah, kind of like Kenji missions are the ones that are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's called. This isn't the ideal car for this mission, but it's like consistent, and you only use this for one drive, so actually gonna make it.
Whenever
Yeah.
I watch, nice dude. Whenever I watch KZ3 do this mission, he always gives me a nice little shout out, but it's not for a good reason. It's because once I was doing 80% here, and I had 30k rockets, but I bought them anyway. You gotta be safe, dude, right? 30,005 rockets is better than 30,000, right?
Of course it is.
See? So how am I dumb? It's
But you need the money, man. You need the money.
I don't need the money. I'm rich.
You're like $1 million.
Yeah. So one day I'll get to a point where those extra 5 rockets will help me, and then I'll be laughing.
Are you sure that's ever gonna happen?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day.
A little drop. And the 30k rockets actually speed up this mission quite a bit, because you're supposed to normally like pick up those rockets, but you can actually just park the van here, and that makes the car spawn faster.
And then he's also gonna deliberately shoot like the door. So
Kinda failed
otherwise, yeah. Otherwise that happens where it'll do like a double explosion and it'll delay the
Spawn.
Yeah.
This
And then a couple of guys spawn over there that you can just grenade.
This
Yeah.
is pretty interesting. You can actually get access to this tank and the barracks. Yeah, the other big military car is also very useful because it's one of the bulletproof cars in the game.
Yeah, but if you steal the tank, it's actually not explosion proof, like if you steal it during the mission. So if you run into something, you'll just die, pretty much. Or the tank will die.
Yeah, so you can do like
can shoot stuff.
Tank evidence dash, where obviously the kind of idea is that you're supposed to pick up packages, but you can just like ram into them and kill them. But if you miss or you hit something else, then you'll just die. So it's kind of like a meme thing more than anything.
Okay, so this is gonna be a fun part of the run for me, because now I'm gonna be holding paramedic for around the next 5 minutes.
And as we mentioned earlier, if he lets go of that button, we'll all have a very bad time.
Yeah, he'll either kill the mission script or crash. Both are really bad.
Yeah, I think in this case it just kills the mission script.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was going through the route, so I'd like know what he's actually doing during the run, and then I pressed escape at the end of it because there's a marker to like pause in, and then that canceled the paramedic holding, and then it like I had to redo this entire long mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your punishment.
Yeah. Yeah, never do anything that would like it.
So this is these are some people that hate some other people, so they tell you to kill some other people.
Classic GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's unfortunate that they want to do it on another island.
and they force you to drive this car. You actually have no choice in this.
Yeah.
It's very frequent when they force you to use a vehicle that it's a really slow one.
Yeah.
Like they never go, take this Infernus and go and drive over. Oh, thank you.
Oh, well, only when it's like, okay, take this Infernus and drive. Oh,
And
by
if
the
you
way,
hit
you can't
something,
hit
you die.
anything, you die.
Yeah, yeah, you'll see that coming up later on.
One of my favorite missions.
Yeah.
Mr. Post can still do it.
Yeah, he can always win.
Oh. Look, it's us in the chat.
Wow.
I wonder who that is.
Alright, mission finally over. And now I have to hold it through one more mission, which is this kind of a weird mission because you have to do it in this car, the Stallion, but the mission start marker isn't quite there. Like you have to drive it outside the garage to trigger the mission.
Yeah. Like if you were playing this without guides casually, probably pretty hard to find this mission.
Yeah.
Unless you get it by accident.
Yeah, you can't even like drive into the marker. You have to be like standing on it and then get in the car.
Yeah. And then you just need to collect some markers here. It's like one of these driving minigames, just like Patriot Playground, but that one you obviously skipped.
Yeah, it's like this is classified as an off-road mission for some reason.
Speaking of
I mean, it's not on the road.
Off-road missions, whenever KZ Fru and Mr. Post actually race, they usually do dupless, so you can't insta-pass anything. So KZ Fru loves Gripped. He fails it like 6 or 7 times usually.
Gripped is a great mission.
Yeah, when you can't insta-pass it, he has a real great time.
When you get to Gripped and the rain starts, it's just amazing.
Over.
Yeah. If only you'd still do it in this route. I miss Grip.
It was actually a very nice mission to like get really good at it because the driving is extremely tough. And if a single mistake can just screw up the whole mission, you need to start again.
Just flip down the mountain.
Exactly. Just keep flipping and keep flipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're running out of time. If you don't die.
Oh, if you don't like flip the car or do something else.
So there's one more checkpoint here after the ramp. It's also a unique stunt jump, so that's unfortunate. But, you know, you gotta do it. He's not gonna get that stunt jump though, that wasn't enough speed.
I mean, it's like I don't like the angle was bad, so... maybe I could have taken that gang car there, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, so this is why I held the paramedic, so... Start the grenade rampage here and then let go. So that saves a man dupe, and it's like maybe a couple seconds faster than doing the alternative. So I'll take it.
Do you think that multi-story mayhem mission was inspiration for Cone Crazy?
Possibly. They actually fixed it, so as soon as you get in the stallion,
It works.
actually works on the mission as well. Yeah, you don't
And
have
it's a
to
stallion
like
and it's like
Yeah, it's in a carport.
yeah.
So now this is Deal Steal under Kenji mission, so I need to find a gang car, then I'll make a replay and I'll continue doing the mission normally from there for a bit. There's a cop car. Yeah, there's a gang car.
Yeah. You need a specific gang car for this.
You already.
Yeah. And in like these games you can like the vehicle models don't like take a while to load up, like you have to be pretty close for them to fully load up, so it's useful if you can tell what vehicles are from a distance.
Man, that reminds me of Vice City.
Yeah, when you're doing SSA, you have like a massive advantage if you knew what the low model, the low res models look like.
So
So you could do instant despawning or not.
This is a replay.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, gotta go around.
There's no real reference point for that replay, so I just do kind of a replay of me running around in the area.
I do that for a lot of them, whether reference whether there's reference points or not. You know,
It's like a brain spray. Just hope you touch the right marker at some point.
I mean, it's fine if you miss it. You can pick it up later, but it just costs you time. So yeah, this is like a meeting. And you'll just, you know, kill all the dudes. And then you have to blow up the cars.
This would still be a good mission to have the rocket launcher, but unfortunately, because of route, not possible.
So now I'll start the rampage that I... Oh, there we go. Yeah.
It's especially good because you can actually cancel the replay at any point. So as soon as you do end up grabbing it, like you don't have to wait for the whole thing to.
Yeah. Only the time before grabbing it is wasted, not the time after.
Yeah.
So this isn't quite the fastest way back, but there's a replay on the way that I want to get. And mad despawning because there are a lot of cars that spawn on this road.
Yeah, you can keep the overhead camera, but that only works if the car is fast enough and the ambulance is not always fast enough to ensure or guarantee that there's no car spawning.
Yeah.
So that's why he's doing it.
Now I'm just finishing the mission before... finishing the mission and starting the next one before the timer runs out. Also the Yakuza guy lived. It's a rare.
Yeah, he's still there.
Job well done.
Yeah.
Didn't get dragged out by a cop.
I think that you just did there that we've kind of forgot to explain as well, because it's one of those things where like you do it like so subconsciously that you kind of forget to explain most of those things. But in this game or in Vice City or anything, if you drop off a ledge rather than jumping off it, you can then like cancel the fall animation by just pressing jump right afterwards.
I don't think I've actually done it too much during this run.
Yeah, that's what I just saw it there and I was like, wait, is that like the first time I've seen that?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, there's like so many things in this game that are so small, but everyone does them, as I say, subconsciously. Like,
yeah, I would agree with that.
Like pressing, instead of holding sprint, you can actually tap the button to like have almost infinite sprint. And it's like such a huge time saver, but it's such a basic thing.
Oh, ooh, nice.
That was almost bad.
Is he stuck under the car?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh,
right.
no.
As soon as you want to get it, of course, he gets
So
up.
he was baiting you.
Classic.
It's like, try it. So yeah, this is another toy mission. Here you're supposed to kill the Yakuzas, but you know, he did all the setup.
So at the same time I set up another Instapass. That's gonna happen after I finish this mission first. So I guess, yeah. In this mission, you are like there's a gang that owes you protection money, and you're just kind of collecting it. And you do have to go to Portland, which is unfortunate. Please do make it a little bit interesting.
Yeah, sometimes like even at 2 stars, which is like the minimum to get like cars on you rather than just like
Wait.
police on foot. Sometimes it can just be like insanely ruthless.
Could maybe get donations now.
Yeah, now would be a decent time if you want to read anything, Mr. Donation Reader.
Absolutely, we got $5 from JT saying hashtag GTA Marathon. Love what you guys do. $5 from Anonymous without a comment, but thank you very much. $25 from Bob saying more GTA, more donations. $5 from Mad540 saying much love. We also have $40 from Whoopi saying thank you runners and organizers for a great event.
Nice cops.
I'm glad someone in here, the donations mentioned GTA Marathon before one of us did. But it's a perfect segue. So if any of you like marathons like ESA and you want the one that's dedicated to GTA Marathon, we actually do a yearly marathon called GTA Marathon. And it's dedicated, we used to do like clones and stuff, so you would have like Bully or The Simpsons Hit and Run and that kind of stuff.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, but we've developed to a point where we can have an entire marathon just fueled for GTA games right now. So it usually runs the first week in April. So yeah, you've kind of missed it this year, unfortunately. But if you want to check out the VODs from this year or any of the other years, we've been doing it for how many years now? 5? 4?
Since 2014.
4, yeah.
4.
So yeah, you can check out the YouTube channel. It's all just GTA Marathon if you want to look us up on Twitter, which is where you like find all the announcements, and you'll find out, you know, like when the next marathon is and that kind of stuff. And not only that, but it's also like a community channel. So whenever we do community races, like we recently had the GTA 3 Mood Packages races, and we've also had the annual Vice City 100% race. Those are all restreamed on GTA Marathon. So if you like GTA runs and races, and you want to find like a central hub where you can find them all.
If you follow that channel, you will never miss any of those events. It's also a good channel because it has a own Twitch community where most of the GTA streamers and runners are all under. So if you ever want to look for new runners, just check that out.
Yeah. So twitch.tv/GTA Marathon. Smash that follow button.
And big shout out to everyone who ever tried to organize one of those marathons we did, because I know how hard it is, and everyone who has done it knows how hard it is.
Also, speaking of finding things, I need to find a Diablo Stallion and do something with it that wasn't that.
You're trying to glitch it, but it got memed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this game, you can actually glitch cars to a state where they stay in the game's memory, so they don't despawn if you get too far away. It's useful for many things. One of them is the fact that you'll get less traffic on the road because the game can only handle so many vehicles being around at one time. But also it means that if you find something useful, like that shouldn't happen. Like he's getting memed here basically. But yeah, not only that, but you can also keep a vehicle in memory, so you can grab it at a later time if it's particularly useful to you. So all that you need to essentially do is like interrupt the exit animation. In Vice City, it's a lot easier because you can just shoot a vehicle enough, and when they get out, you just like double tap replay. But here you have to like block the
driver's side door.
Block the driver's side door, and then when they exit the passenger one, then you can block it.
Yeah.
Or interrupt it rather.
And he needs this for that one mission where you need to collect 3 different gang cars, and this is one of them. Let's see if this is gonna work.
The reason why...
Go on. I'm sure you're going to say the same thing as me.
Yeah, the reason why he's blocking that door and trying to get him out of the passenger side door is because if he like glitched the dude getting out of the car while he was getting out of the driver's side door, then he wouldn't be able to leave the vehicle after entering it, so it's basically just a death trap. So this way he can like actually use it.
And I need to be careful not to damage this vehicle too much, because in the mission where I have to deliver this, it needs to be in like pristine condition.
Yeah. Otherwise you would have to respray it, and that takes time, of course.
Don't touch that radio.
And now I'll start the rampage. Now I just have to finish this mission and start the next one before the timer runs out, like usual.
Yeah.
It's a common theme in these games, just
When you find something that's good, you just abuse it.
Abuse it, yeah. Really abuse it. Like, it's insane to think how someone made a Reddit post in like 2014 saying that they were able to, I don't remember exactly who it was, someone might have the name, but basically they found a way to buy properties within a replay in Vice City without spending any money.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, sick, that means we can skip Cone Crazy in Vice City, which saves like 4 or 5 minutes. But what we didn't know...
The implications.
Yeah. What we didn't know was that Reddit post that someone
started everything.
It started like a chain reaction of us realizing how broken the replay system is, and it ended up shaving like hours and hours off almost every single
Vice
category.
City, then GTA 3.
Yeah.
And then even San Andreas.
Yeah, it like destroyed them.
Vice City Stories.
Yeah.
Everything where we have any kind of rampages or replays, really. Like, it's just infested everything.
Like, there was the joke before about the phone call skip in Vice City where it could go sub 120.
Yeah.
And then it ended up going from, I think Racktrot had like a 126 that was like the run at the time.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of RNG involved. And then Idgod and MH and a few other people just started going like down and down and down. And it went like sub 1 hour within a few months.
Yep. And
like, it was unheard of at the time.
And then even the other crazy thing, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
No. But yeah, this mechanic goes throughout all these, all these GTAs or any GTAs that came around roughly at that time.
Yeah, shout out to Bastan 2.
Yep. That's the name, yeah. I'm sure someone would have remembered it.
A true legend.
Yeah. GTA 3 NU wasn't as effective. It shaved maybe like 10 minutes off, which isn't a lot compared to VC.
Yeah.
It's because the games are totally different. Like, in 3, you don't do a whole lot of instapasses in 80%, if any, that I can think of. Apart from like mic clips and stuff, but it doesn't save that much time. Whereas VC, you chain a set of instapasses that skips like the entire second half of the game, essentially. It's really insane. But then at the same time, in GTA 3, you do have a lot of dupe and fails that you don't really do in VC. And then San Andreas is where it all kind of kicks off, because in San Andreas, the mission counters can be abused. So if you complete the same mission twice, you will skip the mission. So say if you do A twice, you would then skip B and go straight to C. Like, if that was able to be done in GTA 3 and VC, they would be much more broken. But yeah, it still saved like 2 hours from SA 80%.
So this is the grip mission we talked about earlier. He insta passed that one as well.
KZ Fru very happy about that one.
And then he suicides to get back to Staunton.
Yeah, and because I waited for the rampage to run out, because after the rampage run out, I will be on mission 0, so I can die without failing the mission. Now I want to get 2 stars to set up the next dupe. And I'm getting
2 more. That should do it. No?
I think a lot of guys still haven't seen the mega jump.
There we go.
Okay.
That was a lot of people.
There's a cop.
That would have helped.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna hold paramedic into evidence dash and let go during the fade. And that dupes evidence dash, and evidence dash is another one of those missions that you can just start twice and then fail.
Yeah, like in this mission, there's a bobcat that has a lot of evidence, and you need to get rid of that.
Yep, there's busted.
And the cleanup script does that for you.
Yeah, when you dupe and fail, even though we've mostly died all the other times, you don't have to do that. And it's
Any
more
fail
convenient.
works.
Yeah, as long as you fail. And it's more convenient here to get busted, so that's why you got the wanted level.
Also, the camera was kept on the top-down one, because if you face towards the Bobcat, which was to the north, then it would have
to the south.
Oh, well, yeah, one of those. Something that's not straight
Down.
down.
Yeah. One of those 4 directions.
Yeah, something really.
So now, like, we started this mission once, but because we did crypt instapass, then the mission, like, the instance got stuck, and well, it didn't get stuck, it just cleaned itself. So now I have to actually do the mission.
Yep.
And it's the final Kenji mission, thankfully. So I have to kill 9 of these guys that spawn on the map.
Get minced.
Exclamation point, period.
Like, these first 2 spawns are always the same, but then it's just random.
I think that dot is intentional, like, or is it a typo?
No, oh, this?
No, when you kill someone, just look at the mins. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah,
Oh,
they've
yeah,
got
that.
with the weird punctuation in there.
So good.
After you've had your chips in SA, you've got to say that, like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe that was intentional as
Here,
well.
look at this.
Got to end the sentence with a full stop, man.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
Now looks like they're like all down south, which isn't. I prefer them to be in the north, because I want to go to ammunition after I kill the 8 guys. So that should be 4. This is 5. Oh, these are quite good spawns actually.
We were mentioning about the amount of money that you get earlier. You can't actually spend all of it if you want to, because at the end of the game you have to pay a $500,000 ransom, which sounds like an awful lot, but as we said, the missions give you an awful lot of money in this.
Like he's already at nearly 700k, and even in any percent, I think you get to 600k.
Yeah.
So it's
Like
very hard to run out of money.
Yeah, it gets to a point towards the last couple of missions in the game where they start giving you like 40, 50,000 each,
Yep.
which is insane. And there's also ways to like abuse a lot of money. Like when you do firefighter with replays, you can like farm it really fast.
That mission, yeah, like that's probably one of the first applications of replays, because you can just spam replay there and insta-pass it.
And it just cleans up everything, or it douses the flames or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have thought you could do it with everything?
Yeah. So now I'll just do some shopping.
Yep.
Because
Get some
I've died
guns.
so much, I don't have any weapons.
I don't need any ID.
You look trustworthy.
Just buy them out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my best customer.
Yeah. Especially if you die a lot. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, please keep coming back.
You have so much money from random places and you want to keep buying guns and guns and guns. Just take them.
It's the American dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like after you kill the 8 guys, you just wait for all the other guys to despawn. And then you pass the mission. So that was like fairly optimal. Like I made it pretty close to Donald's place before all of them were gone.
So in this mission, it's going to be an example we mentioned before, how when you play a replay, it can mess up the AI of certain characters, but it can also be used in your advantage, which is what he'll do here.
Yeah.
Because he'll enter a compound, and there'll be a load of guys waiting to shoot you, basically. But if you play a replay at the right time, they'll just kind of walk off and not acknowledge your presence at all.
I think this is one of the first replay applications in the GTA 3 speedrun that we found, including the cop bribe. It took a while until actually the duping found a place into it.
Yeah. Because you can, obviously, as you can see in like all missions under 100%, you can insta-pass a lot of missions that you would do in 80%, but they're not worth setting up in an 80% run. It's faster to just do them optimally, which is a shame.
Yeah, that's why all missions is a pretty nice category, because you get to show everything, essentially, that you can do in this game, without having to do all the boring stuff that you have to do in 100%.
That's super great, by the way.
So he needs to steal a Colombian. Oh my God, Kangar there. One just despawned. The other one drove away because it got hit, I think, by one of the guys on the street. So
it's like, oh my God, this is
It's GTA.
The game is trying really hard right now.
Yeah.
Imagine that cop car would have parked on top of you.
Yeah, I would have been dead.
So he got that one now, and he needs that to get into the compound where he will do that replay AI manipulation. It happens right after the gate opens, so
after I do a few spins.
Don't blink or you will miss it. It's very short.
Thankfully, in the Toughen mod, Eidgard and Lineator were actually nice enough to leave a fixed spawn of this right next to the compound.
Yeah.
It's the one nice thing they did.
Yeah.
In the whole thing.
Yeah. So, just to talk about that a little bit, there's like a mod that me and another person of our community, Lineator, made, and essentially it's all the any % missions, but just a lot harder. We also removed replays, just so that people couldn't fuck with them.
And the cinematic cam, because it was made by speedrunners, all the speed strats were basically made impossible.
Exactly.
So you had to figure out your own stuff.
We actually punished speed strats if you did some of them.
Yeah. If you actually want to see a speedrun of that, by the way, I actually did a speedrun of it at GTA Marathon. So be sure to check that out.
Ooh. Wow. The self-plug.
Hey, I stayed up till 6 AM to do that run. You're damn right I'm going to plug it.
Them awful shifts.
Yeah. If you want to hear more of MHMD's voice as well, he commentated it for me and restreamed it.
It wasn't 6 a.m. though for him.
Yeah, he didn't put as much effort in, but you know.
Come on.
We appreciate it nonetheless. Are you going to do the Adisic seal of approval jump here?
If I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea.
There it is. The Adisic seal
Oh,
of approval
okay.
jump. He likes to mention it because it's like one of the things that he found. So, yeah, you can basically just save a small amount of time. But I wanted to give him a shout out because he unfortunately couldn't make it this year or any other year.
Yeah.
Tragic.
So.
Sounds like a certain Jolty.
Huh? Where is that guy?
He flipped his car on the way to the airport.
Every year.
Yeah. God damn it.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
This is not good because he still needs that car
Huh?
for the next mission, but he can get out of here. It's
Yeah.
not very fast though.
Yeah, some of the physics are super weird in this game. So like, if your door falls off, you can like flip off your own door.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Like the doors will have collisions with the car, and you can get stuck on them and whatnot. So, gotta be careful there.
So this is the reason
mission.
why
Yeah, go on.
by the sniper, because there is a shot.
Yeah.
This is
Kenji's
where
up
you're
there.
killing Kenji.
Yeah. Usually you go up there and
There
run
we
him
go.
over or whatever, but yeah, you can
He's
just-
dead.
Yes.
And to be able to still finish the mission, you need to get back into the car, because the game only you're intended to drive over him with the car, and the game only registers you killing him after you got into the car again, because that's when it checks.
Yeah, you can actually finish this mission at any point as long as you drive out of the area, but it makes much more sense to just drive back to the place where you're going to be going, and
Yeah.
then as soon as you get out, you pass the mission.
Yep.
Yeah. The reason why that works is because the sniper bullet travels too fast, so it like goes through the wall before like it can calculate collisions or something like that.
You can do the same thing in Vice City.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's also a strat in Cap the Collectors, where you basically do this same thing. You just shoot right through the wall.
Yeah. Magic bullets.
Makes the impossible mission a little less impossible.
Alright, so in this mission there is... I'd ideally like to glitch a Yakuza Stinger for later on, but I'm a bit low on time here, so if I don't get one fast, then I'm just not gonna bother.
You are on a timer here because you're waiting for a plane to drop off a certain amount of packages, but to be optimal, you're not on that much of a timer.
And the Colombian gang car is a bit tricky.
So,
Okay.
when are you gonna introduce the replay strats for this into the run?
No.
So just to explain it, on this mission you're supposed to pick up 6 packages, and they always drop in the same location from the plane. So what you can do is that either during the mission, like during this time where you can't do much, or earlier, you take a boat, drive over these markers, and then save a replay afterwards for the correct duration. And then once the plane dropped all the packages, you play the replay to pick them up. And it looks extremely cool, but it's super hard to do.
Yeah, it saves a lot of time though, but it depends on what the weather is like.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you can get bumped away by a rogue wave, and because you're in the middle of the ocean, there isn't a whole lot of reference for it.
No, unfortunately not. It is one of those strats though, if you want to go insane on your time, you know, if you're gonna go for it, you can do it.
I think Carl K used to do it in actual runs.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Yeah. God,
He
yeah.
calculated.
Yeah, I'm actually in danger of failing this mission now.
Yeah, so
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, that
the
was opposite.
plane drops the packages, and after the 6 packages dropped, there spawns a cop car, which tries to pick up the
A boat.
packages. Yeah, sorry. Of course a boat.
Cop car just flies into the ocean.
That would be funny. But yeah, a cop boat, and it will try to pick up any of the packages, and if it picks up one, you fail the mission. So he's got to be fast here and pick up, well, the packages really quickly.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's not raining, so it should be pretty
You
easy.
should be able to still catch up with the plane here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be fine.
It's 2 more packages to go.
Might be a little bit close, but yeah.
The cop does take his time as well. He's not super fast like we are. Say we. I'm not playing. Who's we?
Us.
Us.
It's Claude and Omega. They are
Yeah,
fast.
they are fast.
Yeah, like
This should be good.
Yeah, there's the boat.
Yeah, we're good.
Kind of. Boat parking is a bit tricky in this game.
Thankfully, there's a mechanic where if a boat is near you and you land into the ocean next to a jetty, you will actually teleport to the jetty. So it's not that bad, but obviously there's still you just kind of warp in and out of the boat, so it's kind of awkward sometimes.
Yeah, I think if I had rain there, I wouldn't have made it, because the rain made it just makes it such that you're bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, extra waves and everything.
And there you actually get 5 stars, but this is what we were talking about earlier, where you can just abuse the fact that you've got a bribe replay to just get rid of all the play's attention, and you just drive back at your own pace.
Otherwise, if you did this with 5 stars, driving back, the drive is, well, I mean, sometimes it just goes perfectly, but other times...
The pay and spray is right there, so you can kind of, you know, but that's pussy shreds. So.
No, you either drive with all 5 stars or with 0 stars because you use the replay. You don't spray. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Commanded by 30,005 rockets.
So now the third island is actually unlocked. You hear the radio announcement there.
Yeah, good news. Good news.
Good news.
Yeah, it always does that for some
I'm not sure why they left it in, but
Yeah, it must have been rushed.
sounds very authentic. Good news.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people watching ESA right now. It's nerve-wracking to be on the stream.
The announcer's very nervous.
Yeah.
And yeah, you start Grand Theft Auto there, and that's the first mission that leads you to Staunton.
Yeah, now the bridge cycle starts.
This bridge, exactly. You can always catch the first cycle after the mission, and the island unlocks if you're fast enough. But after that, it depends on routing and timing and everything, and you don't want to run into a bridge that literally just went up on you, because it takes, I think, around 40 seconds to get down.
It's a significant time loss.
And now we'll also get to the airport, where we'll find the Dodo,
The best vehicle in the game.
which is like a plane with shortened wings. And you're not supposed to fly it, but you can fly it, and it makes the speedrun very great.
But the controls are super awkward.
Yeah, basically, like, you don't gain speed normally by, you know, holding up or whatever, like accelerate. Like, basically, all the speed you get from flying a Dodo is from going down. So you just tap downwards a bunch, and for some reason, you gain more speed than you had before.
You get more speed for falling than from anything else, really.
It's super like counterintuitive when you think about it. Like
GTA
to go
physics.
up, you need to press down.
Exactly.
And if you don't press down, you won't go up. Like it's really strange. But yeah, so they didn't expect you to be able to fly this. So you'll see when Omega goes like over the buildings, a lot of the roofs and stuff were just never put in because you're never supposed to get that high.
Yeah.
And then landing is kind of tricky as well because you can't just hold brakes and put out the landing gear.
No.
You've got to like slow down really.
Yeah, you fly up to like brake, and then you fall down. Like
you
you
just
just let it fall here,
Yeah.
and you gotta make sure that at the end of the fall, that the nose is far enough down, or otherwise the Dodo's gonna bounce and you might gonna lose.
It's super bad if you land too hard. And here's another mega jump here where not only do you do the mega jump, which involves a replay, which obviously skips you like climbing over, but then you also manipulate their AI by playing a replay so they don't shoot you.
And you get to keep all your health.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, skip the little jump on the cartel cruiser.
And now he needs to get back to where the mission started, but he wants to keep the plane, so he's just gonna fly through the city. And the streets are conveniently very big, so this is not too hard.
There's plenty of room to take off.
And for some reason, this mission spawns less traffic on the road, like than normal.
Still just enough traffic for KZ Fruit to fail this in any percent.
You can always hit a car there if you want to.
80% of the time.
Wow, that's pretty high. You have actual numbers on that?
Yep, watched every single KZ Fruit stream ever.
Oh, okay.
Made a spreadsheet.
Alright.
Alright, next up is one of the trickiest missions in the run, I suppose. Just escort service. There are so many things what to do during this part. So first order of business, pick up this M16, then want to get to the Dodo, which I parked in a specific spot so it doesn't despawn. And then gonna trigger the old security car here to move. It's just kind of like on a timer. So it needs to go to shore side, but there are a bunch of cartel guys that spawn to try to destroy it. And what makes it worse is... Oh,
That was yeah, you got stuck on the road. Press down too far.
yeah. It's fine. There we go. So...
What makes it worse?
Because you did, or we did, Instapass with taxi, so the fare counter is just stuck there, and you can't kind of see how much damage the security car has taken. So it's a bit of a nerve wrack at the end.
Yeah, you just gotta hope that it doesn't blow up.
Yeah.
So this is the Staunton safe house. You can't see it because he's on a mission. But yeah, this is the other one that we mentioned earlier.
Sometimes I'd get scared before.
Yeah, I want to store this dodo for later. Now I want to hurry up to where one of the people will spawn. I want to get any vehicle. Any vehicle.
A Banshee would have been nice, but it's just a bit too late.
Just missed it. The game is always teasing you with these cars. Like, just like that cheetah there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want a fast car? Oh, too bad.
I mean, fast doesn't matter really, but...
Oh, it would help.
Yeah, going fast doesn't matter in a speedrun.
So this is one of these Colombian cars. There's another one over there. He needs to kill them because they can do a lot of damage to the van.
This guy is kind of stuck here.
Thankfully, the M16 is nice. You can just say blow it up in seconds.
Alright, now the van should be fine. I shouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, there's still people spawning on the street, like normal gunmen, in some spots, but it should be okay.
Yeah, the security car can take quite a beating, so...
Oh yes, perfect. So now I want to glitch a sports car. This is my preferred one. The
Best one.
This is especially for Blaster because the Banshee is heavy and you need to kind of a heavy car to like run over like a corpse.
A cheater isn't the... Even though a cheater is pretty fast, it's like even worse than the cop car in terms of bouncing.
Yeah.
So
it's extremely
not
light, so it just bounces over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you do Plaster Blaster using a cheater, there's like a 50-50 chance that you'll end up in a GTA something video.
I love you, Pogo.
You bounce.
So there's another replay here in the corner. That's the alternate shotgun rampage that I'm gonna be using later. So now I'm gonna leave this car around here, the same garage where we left the gang cars earlier. So now I'm done in Staunton as far as this mission is concerned.
Here you go, Pogo. Have a signed GTA Marathon t-shirt.
Oh.
If you
For
donate
only
$5
during this run. Totally worth it.
You've got about an hour left, everyone, so if you want that t-shirt, get on it. We ain't messing around. You donate 10 seconds after the button gets hit, you're not getting it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. By now I think the van has already hit the point where I need to go to Staunton for it to move.
Shore side?
Yeah, it's short
Bridge
side.
cycles.
Yeah, good bridge.
The bell announces that it's gonna go up, so you just pass it.
Yeah, I think it's like 10 or so seconds after the bell starts singing that is when the bridge goes up.
And thankfully, the bridge isn't like one that opens from both sides, it just lifts. So even if you only have to make like the first section and then you can just like kind of ramp off. Whereas if it opened from both sides, obviously you just hit it like a wall.
Although you gotta be careful, like if you wanna just make it and it goes up a little bit and then you hit that bump that gets created and you flip your car, you can actually clip through the bridge and die.
Yeah.
Yeah. That happens to the AI a lot, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah.
I know if you're waiting for the bridge cycle, if you like disturb a car, they'll just drive right through. And,
They just jump off there. Like, I'd rather die in the water than to this gunman.
Yeah. This guy's scary.
Also, this is Rain with the fire truck, which is one of the most slippery vehicles in the game.
Great rain physics, yep.
That's one of the cars that's gonna try and kill the truck. We'll not worry about it. In before mission fail. Now there's still some things left to do during the mission. god, the braking.
It's just rain physics, man.
Yeah.
Although this is definitely not the best place to drive in this weather.
So yeah, on this roof there are some rockets, and I'd like to pick them up for later. Just over here.
Maybe I should grab those in my any percent run so I could so I can have 30,010.
Yeah, that's another 5 there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's escort service done.
And then you get another 3 at the very end.
Yeah.
I'm rolling in the rockets, dude.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do some firefighter. And why would I do that? Because actually doing firefighter levels increases the fire truck's health. Like,
Every level.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to keep this fire truck for a while.
So the more he does it, the more invulnerable the fire truck becomes, basically.
Okay, I think that's enough. So this is, I think, my least favorite part of the run, because these missions are just nerve-wracking most of the time.
I like them.
Okay, so in this mission, you're supposed to kill a bunch of these blue gang members.
And
Purple, dude.
And you can quickly see why more health on the fire truck makes sense. Also, every time Omega shoots, he also uses the water gun. So you can see that going out there.
Yeah. There's actually a bug on some... I don't know if it's in every version. I know it's on the console versions where if you... there's a certain mission that would cause all the purple 9s, I think, to completely get removed because you like wipe out their gang.
Yep.
And then it would carry over and
a
your
new
save,
game.
your saves would basically become a virus. So if you did that mission and then you went ahead and started a new game, you wouldn't be able to complete this mission because they'd already be
And
completely gone.
the worst part is you only find out when you get to this island.
Yeah.
You don't know
So
before.
you go through like a whole playthrough and then realize that you've essentially soft-locked yourself, and your save that you have is a virus. It's not good. I don't know if it's a thing on the PC version, but it definitely is on the console.
You can definitely despawn these guys on the PC as well with
Yeah.
that mission. I don't know the exact details for that, but yeah, it's definitely possible.
This isn't going that well right now.
So just when you think, you know, is there any other way I can lock myself out of completing all the missions in the game? Yes, there is. There are many.
Not a game for casuals, man.
No.
Not for the faint of heart. Okay, finally. Now I just have to make sure to not get busted. I'll use the rampage that I made in Staunton. And this is another use of the trick where you start firefighter and fail to essentially like get the car kills, because whenever you fail firefighter, you the car blows up, so it counts for the rampage. So now there's a cartel cruiser that you can't see. I'm gonna blow it up to pass the rampage. And I'm also holding firefighter at the same time. So this is another one of those dupe and fail missions where I want to start it twice and then fail it. So now I have started Toyminator twice. So now all that's left is to fail it. Fortunately, it's quite easy because in the mission you get like 4 RC toy cars. You're supposed to blow up like 3 security cars. And if you blow up, like if you run out of cars, you fail. So that's like the most convenient way to fail the mission, because death isn't really that convenient, because you lose weapons.
Because he still needs the fire truck, you put it in. That's the shoreside Vale safe house right there.
Yep.
And this is essentially the same mechanic as the other toy missions. Just this time you would have to kill 3 security vans with it that are on the map somewhere.
Yeah.
And now the game removes them. Armored car destroyed.
Huh? Sure thing.
Armored car despawned.
The game doesn't know the difference.
Yeah.
Now conveniently there's another rampage here. That
You just missed.
No, I missed the roof.
Yeah, it's on the roof.
Oh, whatever.
To go back around again. Why not? Also, I actually found out this recently. I'm sure a lot of people did as well. It's actually possible for this Kuruma to be locked. I think it's 1% or something ridiculous. But yeah, on Shibu's stream when he was doing like D-Rust to do more attempts at this, he got a... I don't think it was on his stream actually, I think it was on an offline practice run. And he made the replay and then this was locked. And he was very confused. He's like, nobody had ever seen it being locked before. Yeah, and apparently it was just like a really small % chance of being locked. So thankfully he didn't get that. Otherwise,
I'm trying to see whether it's got it.
Oh no, I think it's right.
Yeah.
Just jump.
Yeah,
there you go.
Just jump, lol.
Just jump and then miss.
Finally, you can let go of that button.
Yeah. And then mega jump to the mission. Timer isn't critical here.
Now this is my favorite mission of the game.
Yeah, we already mentioned this before about the Infernus.
Oh, nice.
Essentially, you're gonna have to pick up an Infernus, and it's gonna have a bomb in it that you have to get rid of, and then you have to get the Infernus back to this island. You drive from here to Portland and back. And
The thing that would usually make this super annoying is two things. One is that you have to, like, the most convenient way is through the tunnels. But in the tunnels, there's a lot of lane switches where they'll just cut you off.
Yeah.
So you've got to be really vigilant. And not only that, but the garage that you then park it in before you drive it back is like really small, so you can easily clip the sides of the garage and blow up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to be really careful for the lane switches here.
So that first drop he did there, if you fuck up that a little bit and land on the nose of the car, you instantly die. So that's a little bit risky.
Yeah, and sometimes you just get a car coming from the intersection that just rams you.
Yeah. These cars here could switch the lane at any time, so he needs to pay very close attention to their driving.
And there's also a chance that they can be angry, where essentially like through through no fault of your own, they can be an angry driver and just being, you know, annoyed for some reason. Maybe they didn't win the GTA Marathon shirt that you should donate for.
$5.
Yeah, they can just T-bone you out of nowhere, and it'll just insta-kill you.
Alright, so we're pretty much in the clear now. Once you get out the tunnels, there's very little risk.
You also can't despawn traffic in the tunnels, because the cinematic camera, obviously, because of the low roofs, you can't really use it.
I think it just ends up spawning more cars.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. So here it's gonna be the place where you get rid of the bomb. So normally, if you go here, the mafias would attack you, but because this mission is special, they actually disable their aggressiveness for this.
Yeah.
Thank God.
This mission would be impossible.
Yeah, and they would have shotguns, so you know that would not be very.
You would
fun.
just have to pray. Like
Yeah. So now the bomb is gone. He can just drive back. Thing is, he still doesn't want to hit anything because if he does, he needs to paint spray again.
Oh,
Yeah, it needs to
actually,
be
there's a strat here where that's why I'm on mission 0, because you can like when you start Rig to Blow, it spawns this car in the spot where you started, so you can actually abuse that. Where if you've defused the bomb and then you start the mission again, then it actually passes the mission because it spawns like a perfect condition car in the place where the game expects it to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't check if the bomb's there or not. It just thinks that because the Infernus is there that you must have parked it correctly, which is very convenient.
They cut off each other as well there.
Yeah, I have no mercy.
Nope. Reckless driving.
So yeah, even though it said to get the car repaired, I don't have to care about that. It would take a lot of time to repair the car, like 20-30 seconds.
Yeah. Paint spray is not in a convenient location.
Now I want to make a bribe replay here for this next mission. So yeah, now it's just starting to blow again, and mission passed.
And now there's Bullion Run, another great mission.
Yeah.
So there's, not exactly sure about the story, but there's like lots of objects on the ground that you need to pick up. 30 I think total. And if you pick one of them up, your car gets a lot heavier. And yeah, you will see how it's gonna look like.
Yeah, GTA 3 has lots of these kind of like little clever missions where there's like one mechanic just for this like mission, like getting the bomb defused in Rig to Blow, or like the bullion here. Just there's not. I don't think there's as much of that in other later GTA games. It's part of why I like to play and run this game.
There they are. So he needs to pick up 30 of these. And as you can see, he quickly gets slower every time he picks one of these up. And if you hit something, you also take a lot more damage because you're like very heavy, and that way you take more damage. So
there's the cop.
He uses the bribe here because he also gets cop stars for if he picks up enough of them. Yeah.
It's not very easy to get away from cops when you're this slow.
Yeah.
So
they could just bust you.
It's really easy to get busted if you're not.
That's why you actually, like before the insta passing for this one, you use this Infernus from the same mission before, because if you finish the mission, the driver door locks, but you can finish the mission by getting out of it by keeping it open, so you get back in, and then the cops can't open your door, so you can't get busted. But this is obviously way more convenient.
Yeah. I don't think this one's doors become locked, because this is, well, like you didn't park it at the place.
Yeah, no, this one shouldn't be locked. But like if you finish a mission normally.
Now I'm off to get the dodo again.
Yeah. For some more flights. Dodo is great because, well, obviously you can fly and you can avoid anything like bridge cycles or the tunnels. You don't want to drive through there, really, if you can.
You can see if you can get a better flight than earlier, Omega, when you were practicing.
Hopefully less traffic in my way.
Yeah.
Didn't go so well?
Yeah, during practice, he when he went to go and set off, a mule spawned right in front of him and he just clipped it.
Yeah.
So he still had enough speed to take off and hit the grass to manipulate the AI. But then by the time he got to the dam, like to clear the hill, he was like really struggling, and then he just hit the fence on the dam and just... yeah.
So close. Yeah, this next mission is Bait. It's a great mission because it's like the dodo use in that mission is just amazing. You're supposed to get 3 cars to follow you, and that you would normally do that by a drive-by and then lead them to the trap, but you can just fly over them and then lead them to the trap like that. And the flight for it is pretty cool because you need to do some pretty good flying.
Yeah, it's one of the most technical flights in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you also need to do a set of, like, it looks kind of random, but it's very specific because the AI in this game is it's pretty damn weird. So you need to make sure that you
touch the grass.
Yeah, you need to make sure that you touch a certain point to make sure.
Okay.
Nice. So this is what it is. Yeah, it's taking off on this road is kind of awkward because obviously it's not wide enough to not be able to hit a car. So you can despawn them, but sometimes when you despawn a car, another one spawns right in front of you, as what happened with the mule earlier. And there's a lot of things that you can see. That there's a tanker, mules, security cars, and they'll all hit the wings even if you try and drive past them. So
here, behind this next road, he's gonna touch the grass. That's just the AI manipulation, really. And then
you know he did it because it'll say like you flew, like he ended the flight.
Exactly.
So.
And then up ahead on that hill is the first car that he's gonna fly over. You can see when the marker turns from pink to like a brownish or something that he's activated, and he's gonna do that to the 2 other markers as well. The one on the right next, and then from the dam he's gonna fly to the one on the left. Yeah, this flight here is pretty rough because the corners are kind of tight, and there's a stun jump marker you can't hit on the left there. Like, there's all kinds of things you need to keep in mind.
And you also start getting like immense speed because you've been flying so long. And obviously, as you can see, whenever you like tap to control, when you're going that fast, as you can see there, like the controls are very sensitive. So you need to make sure that you can slow down enough to then land in this compound.
Because of the frame rate at 30, like your inputs need to be extremely precise.
That was a good flight though. Good
that
job.
was really good.
That was good. Clap for that.
And then he wants to keep this plane, so he just parks it here conveniently, and the guys are gonna come in and hopefully
not shoot me.
Not shoot you and get properly killed by the Yakuzas.
Yeah. After all this, you're doing like one of the most technical routes in the game.
This is complete RNG
and then
here.
you've got to hope that the AI does a good job.
Exactly.
Yeah. If the guys get out and kill all of your Yakuza friends or whatever they are, then you fail the mission.
Yeah. They also have M16s, so if they shoot you, you die.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
This is not
So-
great. This is not great right now.
Ideally, you want them to come through like one by one, so they don't like have a, so you
Oh,
can
no.
gang up on them.
So he can't get out now, I think, because that might fail you the
there's,
mission.
there's
Because
still a island. It's not like that
now you could get out, yeah. So because there was still a marker above the other car, the mission is not programmed that well. Like, if the cars still have the markers, even though they are in the right place, you can still fail the mission if you kill them or get out of the plane or car. So he had to wait there and hope that they don't attack him.
Yeah, and they have M16s and stuff.
Yeah. So now here's a neat takeoff. Just drop down and get speed. And then he goes back to Staunton Island.
Yeah, to decoy, which is another kind of boring mission.
Yeah, decoy is not very great.
But there is some setup involved in it, so it's a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, in a casual playthrough, decoy is like one of the most like monk-ass missions ever. But once you figure out the strategy to it, there's nothing to it really.
Just keep driving.
Just keep driving, lol.
That's literally
It's
it.
easy.
Just keep driving in a circle.
Can't spoil the strats, man.
I mean,
Come on.
it's not rocket science.
It's not 30k rocket science.
Oh no. Oh man.
Yeah, for some reason the mission kind of just spawns you there.
Can I read a few donations?
Yeah.
We have $5 from NapNoob saying, this was the first time I watched the ESA live and I've had a lot of fun with the runs. Thank you for the awesome event. Good luck with the run, Omega.
Thank you.
$5 from Pete the Player saying, give me that shirt, I want my Chashima's autograph. $25 from Anonymous saying, greetings from Germany. Thanks to everyone participating in this awesome event. And $5 from Ice Wallow saying, ESA has been a blast this year. I'll tune in every year from now. Thanks so much for the event and good luck, Omega.
Thank you. That was pretty close to the stunt
Yeah, I
market
was
there.
about to say.
Weren't you like worried?
No.
Okay. I was.
This guy shows no emotion. They call him the robot for a reason.
Alright. So yeah, decoy, you pick this car up and then you get 6 stars. Doesn't actually spawn in the military though. No, it actually does, I think.
No, or like only like barrack.
Yeah, only
roadblocks.
barracks, no tanks.
Yeah, thankfully, there's a chance that obviously when you get 6 stars that a tank can spawn, so thankfully a tank doesn't just spawn there and one-hit you.
So there should be another damage indicator, but the fare counter is still there, obviously, so he doesn't know. But in general, unless you get actually hit by the helicopter that shoots at you because you're going too slow or something like that, there's no way you're ever gonna get too much damage.
Yeah, not by just them ramming you.
Yeah.
They do like a tiny bit of damage.
You would actually have to drive into walls yourself.
Ready for some tunnels fun. Yeah, I just basically need to kill some time now.
Yeah. So if you have any more messages, this is a good point as well.
We have a $20 donation from Lectus without a comment, but thank you very much. $10 from Rakus saying, best of luck on the run. Hope you cross it like San Andreas IL, smiley face.
Topical, man, topical.
$25 from Namasil saying, hey ESA, first time watching you. I had to donate to such a great event and a great cause. Well done and hope to see you soon.
Yeah, when you start getting like 5-6 stars, the AI just goes mental.
Yeah.
Absolutely mental, mate.
They get like all kinds of rubber banding on the cops, so that they always catch up with you or go faster. I mean, with this car it doesn't really matter, but like even if you like drove the fastest car in the game, they would just still catch up with you.
Yeah, and ram you at ridiculous speed.
So yeah, 1 more minute of this.
Well, it's actually gonna be like I'm gonna be making a replay during this, so it's not all that bad. It's about as exciting as it gets. Those are the
barracks. Another one. They're trying to do some roadblocks. Pick the wrong roads though. So he's going back to that replay that he did earlier. Are you gonna do the running around thing again?
No, it's this one.
Oh, there's another one? Oh no.
Oh.
He's gonna fail if he doesn't get into the... Yeah, push, 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 come on. Yeah, yes, yes. Okay.
Good save, good save. That would have been very bad.
So yeah, you get a 10 seconds counter when you get out of the vehicle because you're supposed to stay in it. You nearly run out of time there. That was very close.
Also, rain in this part is kind of unfortunate. Because I want to do Ride in the Park next.
Yeah, Ride in the Park is another off-road mission with a Landstalker, which is famous for its flipping and not that best handling in the world.
Rain too.
And then it's rain and on grass. On grass, handling is even worse than on streets, obviously.
The odds are really stacked against you.
Yeah, the game really wants you to fail all the way. And you have to pick up like a lot of markers in some pretty tough locations. You're gonna see it. So hopefully everything goes fine.
I'm gonna hold Firefighter here because I want to start a rampage. But first, because it's been raining, I'm gonna do a little bit of a safe strats because you can't skip this cutscene when you watch it the first time. So, but if you have watched this cutscene and then you pick up the mission again, you can skip it.
So this gives him extra time for his setup afterwards with that rampage that he just activated.
Yeah.
So that time that he watched the cutscene there, he would have lost. And now, because the weather is not great, that's a safety buffer. Hopefully it goes good.
Yeah, this is just the most prone vehicle to flipping.
And for some reason in this mission, you don't have to leave the park with the Landstalker like you do with the Stallion. You can just hop right in, like going crazy.
It's actually good programming for this.
Yeah, it's weird that they had such a weird thing with multi-story mayhem, but not with any of the other ones.
You kind of have to be careful around these bumps. Like any one of them could just flip you.
This is a tricky one here as well. Gotta be a bit careful. Like if you don't know how to take most of these markers, chances are you're just gonna flip.
That one you can hit a bit on the outside, like the hitbox is bigger than the marker that it shows.
Alright, that's it. Well done.
It's a convenient ending because there's a mission right here as well.
Actually, I don't want to pick up that mission because now I need to get to.
For a different one.
Yeah, I need to set up an Instapass now. So I need to get to Espresso to go.
Maybe I should have read the Google Doc.
Yeah, maybe you should have.
Damn.
I think I would have made it pretty easy without the safety buffer, but it doesn't really lose that much time.
Yeah, the only time you really lose there is the getting out and getting in.
Yeah. So I guess this is one of the most memorable missions in the game, but we're not gonna do it yet. Some other stuff first.
Yeah. So usually there is a time on this mission, but it only starts when you kill the first stall. And since the mission scripts just keep going, you know, it doesn't have to do anything yet.
Yeah.
But he's already on Espresso to go, even if you don't see it.
And now I start gun fishing and you see a flash. So that means the gun fishing is now passed, but there is actually still an instance of gun fishing running in the background. So I need to cancel the instance, and you do that by starting Ride in the Park again. So now you see the Ride in the Park starts twice, and then it fails. And now I'm free to start other missions. And now I'm actually gonna do Espresso to go.
Obvious. I mean, why wouldn't you just do this? Exactly.
Huh?
Those of you who read my weekly memoirs entertain.
So yeah, there are many points in this run where if you don't know a certain step, you can just crash the game.
Cancelling instances is like the most important part.
So yeah, now it's have to blow up some Kappa coffee stalls.
It's actually called the Kappa Coffee House. You get to see that in the cutscene, but it doesn't say in the actual mission.
I think the stalls say it. Like
maybe on it? I'm not sure. don't get close enough though, I think.
And on the run. So yeah, there's 2 of these in Portland, 5 of these in Staunton, and 2 of them in Shoreside. So it's gonna do it in a particular order to
Optimize the driving. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Well, in this category, you want to do it in the order you do Staunton first because you start there.
Will that then work?
I don't usually throw it, I'm usually on the other side. Fucking hell.
The stalls can be pretty tricky sometimes because the grenade really needs to be right on it or in it. Oh, that was close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you use rockets as well. He doesn't have rockets right now, so can't do that. You can also hit them with your car if the speed is high enough. The problem with that is
the car takes damage.
Yeah, the car takes damage, and you don't want to switch too many cars, of course. So you can hit like 1 or 2 stalls without killing your car, but more is a bit risky.
In the TAS of this game that was made a very long time ago, there's actually a strat where you use the dodo the entire time and you like nose dive into them and then recover and carry on flying.
You essentially
like,
bump the stall roof with the wheels of the dodo, and that damages them just enough, and then you just keep flying to the next stall. Unfortunately, that is
absolutely
purely
impractical
TAS
to do.
only.
Yeah,
yes.
it's like so stupidly hard. I don't even know if anyone's even got close to doing it, like even just
for
in, like,
1 or
practice.
2, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Joshimus was attempting it.
For a couple hours. Didn't go so well though. You got 5?
The same Joshimus who couldn't speak to Toad in the SM64 race.
He did it for 5 hours.
That Joshimus who got baited yesterday in the SM64 race.
Oh, unfortunate bridge cycle.
Wouldn't dare fail a Toad star. That's actually embarrassing.
Can't fail it.
He did. He did.
No, you can't fail it.
He did.
He just took longer.
Team Chrism.
Failure to me. Yeah. Team Chrism. Yeah. Woo.
Well, if you need cheating, you don't deserve to win.
Oh, it's tactical, clever use of.
And he's the one who fell for it.
Yeah. Just made use of Josh's trust in me. Ruined our friendship just to gain about 30 seconds.
He will never trust you again.
Yeah, it was totally worth it.
So yeah, here, rockets.
For that particular stall, because it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
They actually send a cartel cruiser after you after
if
a
you
while.
come through the tunnel, yeah.
Yeah, but usually with this route you don't even see them.
Alright, so I need to make a replay that I'm gonna be keeping for the rest of the run.
Did you hit that?
Should be.
I'm not so sure about that.
We'll go with it.
We'll see.
I think that should be good enough.
So yeah, he started the replay at the cop bribe, for the cop bribe, and then at the end to pick up another item. Saved it there. All in one replay.
Oh, that one.
And this is the 9th one, even though the counter is not there. Oh no, it's never
Yeah,
mind. You didn't port to Portland yet. I'm used to the old route. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's why how you do it in any percent.
Yeah, yeah.
In all missions, there is still a gang car I need, and another mission I need to do in Portland. So I'm kinda ending Espresso to go there, so I can tie up some loose ends.
And now he gets the Dodo because it's the fastest way to get to Portland now, pretty much.
Yeah, there's like no good way of doing this, kind of, unless you have a Dodo. Then you can do Portland, Staunton, Shoreside, but if you have to do Staunton first, you're gonna have a long trip regardless.
Yep.
So this fog isn't particularly good.
Yeah, like on the height of its fog, of the fog, yeah, I don't know. You can't see very far.
It seems to be clearing up though, so that's good.
Yeah, it's going away now.
Fernando's new beginnings. We turn an ending into a new beginning.
Phil and I just had another kid, so of course we need a bigger
Yeah, there's
SUV.
Portland.
Being a mom is hard with soccer, football, and lacrosse practice. So we bought the new Maibatsu Monstrosity.
It's like the same flight you use, like you do, or at least used to do in Hondro.
When I'm rushing to the mall,
So the door's up ahead there, and it's gonna crash into it. No. Close enough. Close enough. Can still use the Dodo though.
Come on.
It seems like it doesn't say it on the stalls. It just says espresso.
No. This is just a throwaway car.
So yeah, one more. It's at the top of close to Salvatore, essentially, and then that's the mission done.
Yeah,
oh, a rainbow.
Oh. Not too far to go anymore.
Cup of pride in the chat.
And in this mission, the Mafia gets kind of downgraded to SMGs.
Yeah, that's another one of these, just like in Rig to Blow, where they only give them Uzis, so the mission is not too hard.
Yeah, because like you have to go here. So.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of a Monka-esque part. I need this Mafia Sentinel, but I also need to do Diablo Destruction, which means I have to drive through some Mafia territory, and they have shotguns now that I finished the mission.
Yeah, as we said before, you can die in 2 well-aimed shots and just blow up instantly. Like, you won't even set on fire.
Not ideal right now, but it should be fine.
Yeah, I need to do this mission because, well, it's the last remaining mission in Portland.
And this time it's Diablos.
It's a good thing, at least in this game, that there's an actual mission counter. Whereas in like VC and SA, you have to have different definitions.
Yeah.
Based on like either the save file or
this
what.
Game
like,
is the superior all mission category because
yeah.
the game tells you exactly when you're done.
Yeah, when's PCJ Playground and VC all missions? It'd be awesome.
Yeah, so if there's any messages you want to read, now's the time.
Yep.
We have $5 from Christian Scooter Jones Trailer saying gift shirt. And I want to take this opportunity to actually promote that shirt, because if you donate $5 before this run ends, you can win yourself a t-shirt, a GTA Marathon shirt signed by all the GTA Marathon runners and attendees at the CSA. So maybe you can mention a few of the runners who have signed that shirt.
I can read names if you want to give it to me.
Read all the people that signed, if you can read them.
Let's see
actually.
the really poor handwriting.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty difficult to write on fabric like this. So
yeah.
Let's have a look. I'll show it
the
off
pen
first.
didn't help too much either.
Yeah. So there you go. There it is. Let's see who we've got here. See if I can read. It's kind of hard in the light as well.
Oh no.
So we've got me, of course, at the bottom, the only one that matters. We've got Poker, Tezuro, Kyle Does It, Henki, Noz, Omega, Joshimus, Rydog, Mr. Mary, Idgod, Etholon. Who does that? I can't read it. Can you see that? What? Can you read that? This one? This? Whatever, doesn't matter. Whoever wrote that, your own fault. Menno, Charlie, MHMD, Shans, Tia, Fatska, Gale, Oasis, and Trigger. So yeah, there you go.
That's all the GTA people that we found here at
that
the
we
venue.
Can find, yeah.
If someone missed it, too bad.
Too bad. I mean, we've got a pen here if anyone who wants to sign their name can do.
Shada needs to sign it, right?
Oh yeah, Shada needs to sign it wherever he is.
Yeah.
The big behemoth of a man that he is. Where is he chilling? He can find us at some point.
Oops.
I'll put it back in the bag right now.
Oh, got Jack there.
Huh?
They don't like you.
Okay, it's fine. Now I'm out of shotgun territory, so it's all good.
So I'm getting pretty close to the end now. I think on Staunton it's like 2 more missions.
There's a few.
3? Oh, you didn't do much Ray, I think, right?
Yeah, there's still like 2 Ray missions, 2 green payphone missions.
Oh, the payphone, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Love's disappearance.
But that doesn't count. Come on, man.
Then SAM exchange.
Yeah.
And Rumble and Rumble Rampage. And there's a few missions still. But most of them are pretty fast.
Kingdom Come is still coming.
Yeah?
One of your favorites.
Yep.
It's the one after this one, I think.
Yeah, they're no use to us wrecked. Maybe this one is alright. Okay, this vehicle is still fine. You can have a tiny bit of damage, and it'll still count.
So yeah, all these gang cars that you found earlier, and the Benji, and the ones like the manipulation with getting out of the car and stuff. We did it all just for this mission.
Yeah, it's a long setup.
but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's
like here's the Stallion and the Mafia one and the Yakuza.
Yeah, and they're all glitched as we mentioned before, so they never leave the game's memory, so they'll always be there unless they get destroyed or something
removed by the game in the garage.
Yeah.
Maybe this one is probably damaged. Okay, it's not. Good.
Nice.
No, very nice.
Up.
Ooh, if you hit that.
Yeah.
So that's Gankar roundup very fast. And this is the Banshee that I glitched earlier in escort service.
So now some Ray missions.
Yeah. Now I actually want to unglitch the Banshee because in its current state, no passengers can get in the car because it's glitched from the passenger side. But if I exit the car from the passenger side, then it unglitches itself and people can get in again.
This is the great mission we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, Plaster,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so in this mission, there's some guy in a body cast, kind of in an ambulance, and when you spook the ambulance, he's gonna fall out, or well, damage it enough. Yeah, don't see that far though. But yeah, if you damage it enough, he's gonna fall out, and then you need to damage him, and you do that by driving over him or exploding him. But the fastest way is just driving over him with a high speed and a good car, and the Banshee is pretty good for that.
To flip.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So he has a damage counter as well, which you can't see. That is... Oh! So close.
Yeah, that was almost gaming.
No, Esperanto it is.
Well, you can do it with this car too, but it might take a few tries.
Well, Banshee probably did like maybe half health or more, so...
Hopefully. It wasn't a perfect hit, but should be good.
You are listening to the Fat Lady Sings on Double Clef FM. I'm
Go again.
Yeah.
Please.
And there it is.
You can call him the maestro.
Oh, there we go.
Convenient.
Definitely replugged in the USB stick for that one.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle.
I got your back.
And
So
here's
now
Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come is pretty funny because, well, it's essentially a trap that the guys that give you the missions get kind of bored of you. Seems to happen a lot in this game, but you know. Anyways, they get you to a point, like you need to hurry up, so they make you stress. When you get there, and when you're in the car that you need to get in, there's like a couple vans that spawn people, like suicide bombers essentially, that run at you. If you damage them, they explode, or if they get close to you, they explode. So you gotta kill all the vans and all the dudes without getting killed. In the speedrun, of course, this is not that hard, but if you get there in a casual play, I think you're not gonna make it first try.
Possibly not.
So these vans here that you can see are a bit suspicious.
Yeah, so you can actually get out the car during the cutscene. Like normally when you get in the car, you just stay in there and then you have to get out afterwards. Yeah.
And here they come.
And they also just overwrite their dialogue lines as well, so none of them really make a whole lot of sense. But luckily, because we have the M16, it's just...
Yeah, without this like really good weapon or anything strong, this is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, but you have like no chance of getting overrun when you just have a gun that can kill everything in 3 bullets.
I mean, they would explode from any single bullet anyways, but it's just easier to kill the vans.
Yeah.
This is a very hard mission.
Yeah, this is just a cutscene.
Yeah, and it's over.
Mission passed.
Put that on your list, watch Mojo.
Yeah.
It's harder than fish in a barrel.
Is it even possible to fail? Besides just crashing in the cutscene?
I was gonna say you could kill yourself in the cutscene.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Perfect.
Would it say mission failed?
Good question.
Yeah.
It is a good question.
Someone who's really bored, go and test that.
Yeah. I'm sure there's someone out there.
Alright, so
there always is.
This is the final Ray mission.
And now he's escaping.
Yeah. Come on, hurry
and
up.
there's like, you're supposed to not take the bridge because there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, there are a few ways you can handle this mission. One strategy is to go through the tunnels and avoid the bridge. The other ways you can take like a tank or
the barracks.
Yeah, that's bulletproof. Or the or you can fly.
Yeah, and flying is just more stylish. Luckily, the Dodo actually has 2 seats, so this works.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't it possible to potentially soft lock in this next cutscene as well?
Yeah. If your parking is not good, also this.
Yeah, when you there's a cutscene when you get to the actual airport where Ray kind of runs off, and if you park in a weird place, you can actually soft lock it.
And yeah, just to like make sure that everyone understands why you can't take the bridge. It's like a couple people with M16s, and they have really good accuracy. So
yeah, they will annihilate.
There is no way you will get through there, not even by luck.
It's meant to be the CIA or something.
Yes, they have the best.
They ain't
stuff.
messing around.
If Omega flies close to it, maybe we can see some of them. But
the one on the front is actually Hoxie when he plays CS:GO.
I didn't see any of them there. But yeah, just nice.
Yeah, that should be fine. He'll just like run around the back because there's a trigger he must hit.
Yep, that should be good. And then he gets to his plane. Not sure why the CIA wouldn't just wait at the airport, you know, but they
would have been easier.
They just take the bridge.
Yeah, man, he's gotta go across the bridge. There's no other choice.
So that's the Ray mission's done now.
Well, not yet. I still have to fly back.
Oh yeah. You gotta go back to finish it, but that is the last Ray mission. Donald is done, and then it's just
Asuka and a couple red payphone missions.
Oh yeah.
Or one red payphone mission and then run for Rampage.
Yeah. Should be good. Should be good time.
You're on 249 if you didn't see it now.
Yeah, I did see.
Because you do not know. Well, I mean, in this case, ignorance kind of seems like bliss.
So yeah, if you want to get that T-shirt,
yeah,
you don't have many more minutes left.
Yeah.
Better hurry up. $5, man. Only $5 for a shirt.
15 minutes, I'd say. Maybe a bit less.
Yeah.
Less.
Probably less.
Yeah.
You actually get given is it a bulletproof Patriot there? For the gift for that?
Yeah.
But you don't really need it.
Yeah, right after the mission that you'd really wanted for.
Yeah, you get given it.
Just taunting you.
Yeah, 4 more missions.
The marriage is impossible.
There's a small, like, short little flight here to construction site. There is a really risky strat where you can like fly over the garage trigger for the ending of Marked Man and then just continue flying here, but it's pretty hard because there's like barely enough room for the plane to fit like in the alley.
So this strat coming up in this mission is one of the coolest in my opinion. It's really cool. So the idea is for the plane that's on a timer right now, that's, as you can see, like the 3-minute timer, it's going to land at the airport and then you're going to blow it up like just before it reaches its destination and then grab all the spank that's on it. But obviously at any point it's still flying around, like it doesn't just spawn at the airport, it does like an actual route. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the dodo to fly to the dam, the top of it, and actually do a shot when it flies over the dam to knock it down and blow it up prematurely and then fly back.
Yeah, it's like the earliest reasonable spot on land that you'd be able to get it. Like you could go to the hills or something, but that'd be...
Yeah, this is like an easy, consistent spot with a setup that everyone can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still looks really cool.
And you save about 1 minute and 17 because that's like roughly the time that it arrives.
Yeah. It looks very cool.
Oh, optimally I'd get a car here, but I don't usually get one for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's 3 AM, so I don't know if that affects traffic.
Everybody's asleep.
Yeah, I'm guessing it would.
Well.
Yeah, so he's got like just under a minute to burn here. I think it's 1:17 is when he should be firing the shot. But basically, like at least my reference is as soon as
he uses the map.
Yeah. My reference is like you stand here and then you aim all the way up. Once you've lined it up, and then as soon as it like shows on, it'll come from like the bottom left. As soon as you see it on the screen is when you fire. But I think Omega has kind of a different reference to what most people do, or to what anyone else does.
It's just like old boy reference, I guess, from 2013.
I think 2014 is when it started, but yeah.
I definitely did this.
Or was
in
it December 2013? Maybe, yeah. I think, oh yeah, we did actually do that in December, November, October-ish.
So it looks like there isn't kind of a place where you should know to aim because you're not really looking at anything, but you just hold all the way up.
Yeah,
so
and it doesn't move, and as long as he doesn't move the mouse here, it's gonna be good.
That's a bit late, actually.
So there's a way that if he shoots it too late or too early, the packages might drop on the wrong side of this fence or the dam. This is fine.
Oh, just about fine.
That's good. Clap that.
Yeah, this last package can fall like behind that fence,
and then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, sometimes you can't even like grab them; they get like stuck in the ground.
Yeah. Or if you do end up shooting too early, you can hop over towards the water, but you can't get back. You have to run all the way around again.
So this is a pretty neat takeoff here.
In their hearts, Laszlo, they know they have been saved.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna open it up to the phones if you've got
And yeah, let me go back to Asuka again. Just gotta drop off the packages.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's that bridge. Omega didn't kind of show it off there, but that where the foundations are for that bridge, it actually has no collision, so you can just go right through it. I'm pretty sure it's that bridge.
Yeah, you can like the bottom doesn't have like collision for the little pillar structure.
You don't have to like actually avoid the foundations. Because obviously the devs never expect you to be there in the first place. So there's no need to put collision in for any of it.
And now basically Catalina went and killed Asuka, so and then says that she's kidnapped Maria, and then you have to pay her $500,000 at her place.
And as you can see, we're nearly 1.2 million. Chump change.
That's like a grocery store bill.
Making that dollar.
And he comes to me and he cries, Fernando, save my marriage.
And yeah, conveniently Catalina's place is like right up this hill in front of me.
You are a man. It is a man's duty to love his wife.
Like Dodo should still have enough health to do a little crash land here.
Yeah. Like if the terrain allows it, you want to do these crash landings, not the slow down landings, but at the construction side you just don't have the buildings block the way and you don't have the right ground for it to do.
So this is the final story mission. Exchange. That's basically a big gunfight at the start, and then you have to follow Catalina's helicopter to the dam. And there's like a bunch of guys you want to kill, or you. What the hell is this? He's pushing the plane. So, like normally the game wants you to drive and kill a bunch of guys, but you can actually just fly there.
Yeah, you can fly to the end trigger kind of, and from there you only have to kill the helicopter and like a couple more dudes.
This is difficult though, because you also need to spawn and hit the trigger for the other people, while also crash landing, not dying. Ooh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Might be fine. No. It's not looking good.
Oh, yeah.
That might be a death.
Yeah,
we'll
I
see in
think
a
you're on
second.
the,
he's on the other side. Perfect.
Okay.
Wow.
So he won't get like there's like a fast strat where you can as soon as you land you can like run to the stairs, spawn the helicopter, then shoot it down immediately, and then run to Maria. He won't be able to do that. Oh well.
Oh well.
He definitely won't be able to do that now.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Gotta go for the saver strats now.
It's alright. It gives you much more time to donate to the GTA Marathon.
You can still get that T-shirt.
Yeah. Thank you, Omega, for getting as much money for their children as possible. What a nice guy.
Donate $5 to pay respects.
Yeah.
Pay 5 to press F.
So okay, still well below estimate.
Yeah, this mission at the end is like really rough with these strats. It can go very easily.
Yeah, mostly because the Dodo is like unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like if I could have just gotten out normally, then I would have been fine.
Yeah. If he would have stayed on the roof, there's no way he would have died.
There is actually kind of a similarly fast but like Dodo-less way to do this. I'm not sure if he's going to go for it or not, but basically, instead of going through the gunfight like you already mentioned that you skip, you instead go to one of the watchtowers, which is where the gunmen are waiting for you. You just kill them, and then you mega jump across. So there's like loads of ways to complete this mission. There's also a way that I believe Powdernet found that isn't faster, but it looks really cool. And essentially what you do is you don't trigger any of the guys on the Dodo, you just go and land. And then the helicopter, you can't actually rocket it. But you can in the replay because it isn't like explosion proof or something for whatever reason.
Oof.
So that's it's great driving, by the way, there.
I don't usually do these strats, you know.
Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, so what you do is you line yourself up when the helicopter lands, and you shoot and then play a replay as the rocket hits the helicopter and it blows up. Then you can just go to Maria because she spawns. So it's not faster, but looks really cool.
So yeah, now he's doing the intended strats here. You're supposed to fight your way through here. Oh no.
And the interesting thing about that kind of replay strat is that it crashes your game almost like all the time. If you load a save and then do it, say like for practice, you'll crash the game as soon as you hit the helicopter. But you can use it in any percent runs because it works if you start a new game. But then you'll crash usually in the credits. I think the furthest anyone's made it after doing that is they got all the way to Pike Creek and then they crashed. But usually you'll crash in the credits. But in this, because we've still got missions to do,
you can't do it.
Yeah, it's completely impractical because you don't want to crash because we need to watch the credits and then continue with the game essentially. So this is the gunfight that you would usually skip. I don't know if you're gonna go for the mega jump or not.
No.
I don't know if you know it. Yeah.
I used to do it back in Hundo, but
yeah.
Get this thing airborne.
It doesn't save that much time if you
Get
know where the
this
spawns
thing
are and
airborne.
stuff.
Get to the chopper.
And of course, because a lot of these guys have M16s, and you can steal it and destroy them.
You remember how tough this is in Toughen?
not
I
really.
do. I have PTSD from that because I was actually the one who said that they had like 100% accuracy, and nobody believed me.
They do.
And I actually had to ask Eidgod to confirm for me because everyone just said, "Oh, I was bad."
We literally gave the AI 100% accuracy, and they do have 100% accuracy then.
Yeah. So in Toughen mod in this mission, it doesn't matter when you're on 1 health or 100 health. You will die instantly if they attempt to shoot you.
And if you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah, they will like pre-fire you. It's ridiculous.
Alright, so now this would be the end of any percent.
Yeah.
But there's still, is it 2?
2 missions.
2 missions that he needs to do. So he will watch the credits until he can skip it in the earliest possible point, and then we'll finish the other 2 missions. Yeah. And after the credits, he will spawn at the 3rd safe house on this island, and we'll just continue from there. So now you get to see the end of the story.
Yeah. It may seem kind of counterintuitive that you would then watch a 2-minute credit segment and then go and do other missions, but it is faster.
I mean, you're required to watch the credits because the exchange doesn't pass until you watch the credits.
Yeah.
Like the credit for the mission, yeah, exactly. We have good rules in GTA 3.
Yeah.
We know how timing works.
Donation time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have $10 from the Wanderer saying, I greatly enjoyed this event this year. Already looking forward to the next. Thanks to everyone who helped make it happen. $5 from Anonymous without a comment, but thank you very much. $5 from Fritz saying, thank you all for coming together for another great event. Wish I could be there one day. A sad American. $10 from Anonymous saying, greetings from Argentina. Keep this great cause going. $10 from Miss Potatoes saying, great job guys, lesson 3. And $10 from Anonymous without a comment, but thank you very much.
This is probably one of the best game endings, by the way. Just a
Yeah. And you never know what happens.
Oh,
does he shoot Maria? Or
what could it possibly be?
Does he just fire a warning shot to tell her to shut up and then they live happily ever after?
That could be it.
Who knows?
This is the best cutscene skip, by the way. Just holding sprint.
Yeah. So, yep, there it is. I was gonna say, should
Frame
happen
perfect cutscene skips.
Should happen any second. So now 2 more missions and then we're done.
Yeah, I need to pick up the bat.
Yeah, you actually need that for one of the missions.
And here's the good old fire truck.
Still there, waiting for us patiently. And hopefully getting out of this. Camera
kind of awkward because the camera is terrible.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Out of there. It's a mighty parking job.
So this mission, the idea of it is that you're supposed to take a bat and basically go and fight like 15 people in a bat war. So it can either go really well or really poorly because...
And you can't cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it just fails.
Yeah, you can't use a car or any other weapons.
So if it goes really well, then you can essentially like knock them all down, stun lock them, and then just have them in a big group, and you just just give them a good pounding. But if it goes really, really badly, then they can knock you over, and then you get stun locked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta be a bit careful there when you engage them, but generally it goes pretty well.
I think the hardest part is like driving the fire truck along these parts.
Yeah, that's just the drift simulator.
Tokyo Drift. Yeah.
Like, look at that.
Time extension.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So he just keeps attacking there and hopefully doesn't get knocked down by them. This looks pretty good so far.
Easy. Well, 30 health, but yeah.
We're still alive.
Sit
Jesus,
down.
dude.
Just sit down.
Yeah,
there we go.
Away.
And one more.
Yeah, one more mission and gotta use this replay now. No? There's the rampage.
Close.
Yep.
Alright, so
coming up to the end here, I just do this one more time where...
And then MH can get ready to hit that button.
Yeah, smash that button.
The setup for this is the exact same one as the toy mission.
And it utilizes the fact that you can redo Rig to Blow after you've passed all the other payphone missions. Forgot I need to blow up this car. There we go, it's gonna blow up. And now I'm on mission 0 again.
Don't smash it.
Yeah. And there's the van where the run will end. And time.
Nope. There we go.
You didn't smash it hard enough, dude. So that's it now. If you donate $5 from this point, sorry, you can't have the shirt. It's only people who are committed enough to the run to do it before.
Now it's over. Too late.
Yep.
Yeah, that was GTA 3 All Missions. I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't the optimal run, but I hope it was a fun run. So now next up is the best of NES.
Yeah, the last run of the marathon.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Enjoy the finale.
Yeah, I think you'd want to see the finale of the marathon.
Yep.
It's gonna be good. Yeah, thanks for watching and
Bye.
off to the next run.